Okay, yeah,
I gotta drive after this.
Good.
It's not Good Morning America. It's Beyond the Surface on the X-Rated Sports Network. It is Dr. Phil McDonald, a.k.a. Dr. X. I'm Rick Kamla. It is A.M. Pepper, Brandon Armstrong, a.k.a. B-Dot, and the great Dwight Walton. And we are here, guys, to talk about all kinds of fun stuff. We've been debating. Some of these debates will make the air. But let's start with this All-Star game, man. The first three games were madness. Obviously, the Stars end up beating the Stripes for the championship. The championship game was good until the young heads got up on the old heads, and the old heads let go of the rope. But it's a huge win for Adam Silver. The All-Star game is officially back. I don't think these are debatable things, guys, right? In terms of the All-Star game is back. We all loved it and had a great time with it. We had legit fun watching the All-Star game for the first time in a while. But here's the debate. And we talked about this yesterday at our watch party, but let's bring it to the air right now. Doc, you go first. The improved competitiveness in the All-Star game, the improved entertainment value of the All-Star game, was it born of national pride, so USA versus world, or was it more born from the format, the 12-minute quarters, the round robin, each team gets 2 games, and then it funnels to the championship game? Do you think it was more the format or the national pride?
I don't want to be the guy that says it's both, but I think it was more the format, only because every game is a fourth quarter. And that's when back in the day, they used to really turn it up in the second half. And then eventually, as they got older into it used to just be the fourth quarter.
Over the last several years, the MVPs have basically been international players. And then I just think the international competitions, they haven't been dominant. Yes, they've been winning, but they haven't been dominant. So I think the format added to what was happening at the All-Star game yesterday. Also, just the mere fact that the players played hard. I think ultimately that's all we wanted. Yes, the format helped. Yes, the 12-minute quarters helped. The condensed games. I think what you ultimately ended up seeing with the old heads, the Stripes team, that was their third game in a row. And I think they let go of the rope midway through the game when they realized it was out of reach. But the format definitely helped. The country pride definitely helped. But ultimately, the onus was on the players to simply play hard. And I think they did. They did that. That's all we wanted. Of course, I wanted the Worlds to win because I'm an international player. But at the same time, just have the players play hard. So the format helped, but I think ultimately it was the players wanting to make this thing work is why it worked yesterday at the All-Star game.
B-Dot, what you think? By the way, your hoodie's everything, dude.
Oh, man, thank you, man.
I like that.
Oh, man, the All-Star game is back, you know. It's not saying much, but, you know, I'm glad the players did what they did. Shout out to Wemby. Shout out to Wemby, because that's the guy that, like I said, since LeBron has had the most hype coming into the NBA. No other number one draft pick, no other rookie has come into the NBA with the expectations of being the greatest of all time since LeBron. So, and Wemby, like Anthony Edwards said, he set the tone. And so shout out to Wemby, and it's crazy that they had to take an international player to do it. So that says a lot about the international game, even though the top 2 international players didn't play, but we'll get into that later. Overall, it was a great All-Star event. I'm not even mad at the championship game because at the end of the day, those back to back, and it's kind of tough for them. And but my overall MVP of the All-Star game was Kawhi Leonard. The whole event was just Kawhi. Seeing Kawhi being Kawhi, because people forget this guy is a 2-time Finals MVP and champion. You know, he's gonna let people know that I'm still a top 5 player in the world. I know y'all forgot. I know y'all about these degenerate knees and all this stuff that's going on with me. Nah, I still got it. And I haven't seen Kawhi play this hard within the last month and a half in a very long time.
Yep. He's fun when he's healthy, man. The claw was in full effect. He had many steals and runouts and all that kind of stuff. Cade was making defensive plays. A lot of guys were actually. More national pride or more the format for the uptick in the All-Star game?
As it was happening yesterday, I thought it was national pride. I was on we were talking a lot about that. A day later, I'm with Doc. It's the format.
Mm.
But it's like 55-45.
Yeah.
National pride was absolutely a part of this. There's no question about it. But ultimately, the format is what won out, and they did a great job with that. It's a win either way for Adam Silver, so that's pretty cool. But it's hard to say after the fact when you think about Jokic and you think about Luka, who were just not involved, and these are the two of the top 5-6 guys in the NBA, and they weren't invested. I have to say that the format won out.
Yeah.
There were 2 significant changes here. They go to the U.S. versus World. They go to this round robin format. So you have 2 significant changes. I agree with you, AM. I think they both impacted it, but with the sort of the way that both sides have treated All-Star games, right? I mean, we'll talk about Jokic and Doncic later. I won't bang on this complaint right now, but we've seen how international players have treated the All-Star game, how American players have treated the All-Star game, to the point where Adam Silver was considering killing the All-Star game. Okay, so there's been sort of widespread apathy, right? And all of a sudden, we get a big-time All-Star game. The All-Star game is back, and we're all loving it. I have a hard time believing. It feels kind of naive just to fully hang your hat on U.S. versus World. Really, really inspired these guys. Money inspires these guys, and other things, but I just don't think that's really hitting these guys. Okay, I just don't. Not a lot of guys talked about it, right? Wemby did. He talked about national pride and among the other things that he said. I didn't hear Ant-Man saying I wanted to win for the USA. I didn't hear Kate Cunningham say I want to win for the USA. You know what I mean? I didn't hear that.
They just didn't want to lose to the world. And I think once both teams technically made sure that didn't happen, they were like, we don't care about the last game, maybe. But the competition just went kaput.
It had a lot to do with it, man. They didn't want to lose to the world team. And Anthony Edwards' experience, he has lost with the U.S. team in 2023, and he won in 2024. So I think he understands. It might have been not one of his goals growing up, but because now he's in the NBA and he's had the chance to play on the international stage for 2 years, and now in 2028, he knows that the U.S., although the games are going to be held here in Los Angeles, he knows in 2028 that if not for home court or home country advantage, they're not the favorites. So I think yesterday he took it. We saw from jump, yes, Wembanyama set the tone, but Anthony Edwards put it upon himself as well. I'm here. I'm trying to make sure the world doesn't win, reminding y'all the U.S. is the top dog in the world. There was some component to that yesterday. So just don't keep it to the format to where he has the 12 minutes. But there was some country pride involved in what happened yesterday, especially on behalf.
There was a tremendous amount of country pride. I mean, we don't want to take away from that. And also, to your point, the idea that, you go back 2 decades and the U.S. is just waxing everybody. It was a joke. And FIBA and the Olympics, parody all of a sudden, right? A lot of other great countries out there, Canada being one of them, certainly, obviously France on the rise. So it's like the USA, the ears are perked up. They know what's happening. So it's like, but again, was there like this USA country pride or around the country pride? I still think the format had something to do with it, because it's like you got 12-minute quarters and they're trying hard for 6 minutes, and then all of a sudden everybody wakes up and like, oh, we only got 6 minutes left in this game, so like gotta keep going, so like that worked. That was just that's really what worked. But no question about it. Like there's something about the idea of like there's so much parity around the world right now, and everybody's like, who's the big dog? And the last part of this is the USA players got to hear it all the time, that the top 5, 6, 7 players in the league are not from the U.S. Well, yeah, there's some chip on the shoulder thinking about that, especially from a guy like him.
I will keep on saying it.
100%.
I will keep on saying it.
Yeah. You guys, I got some breaking news here. Okay. All right. Got it. Just received word from Serbia and Slovenia. Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic are getting killed on local sports talk radio. Okay. They're getting killed. All right. They're getting called out, for their lack of patriotism, and I don't know. So I want to get you going on this, B-Dot. I want to get you going on this because we talked about this off the air yesterday, and I want to bring it into our full panel and debate space here. I'm beyond the surface. Did the USA get up for Wemby? Okay, like we know what he said, and I'm gonna bring the wood in the All-Star game, and I don't care if anybody wants to follow my lead or not. If they don't, they'll get run over or whatever he said. Do you think USA was like, hell no, like I don't want him to win more than I want us to win? Like, do you think he was targeted, or like that he ignited or inspired USA to like beat him? You know what I mean? As opposed to just win the game.
I mean, I don't think he was targeted, but I mean, I grew up around competitive old heads and OGs, and when some young guy start talking, let me put you in your place, little boy. Mm-hmm. And it might not have been said, but it was shown like, all right, Wemby, like, yeah, you.
To it. Do you think the USA like was in the locker room, man? Hell no, we got to beat Wemby. Do you think he was sort of the target in that way?
Absolutely,
nice.
Absolutely, and I think so in a positive way. And I love the reaction from Wemby on the foul, as in no reaction. Yep, thanks, LeBron. You fouled me. Game goes on. He didn't get up and was, John, this is the All-Star game. What are you doing? Right? Like, it was awesome. I mean, he knew it. And Wemby was ready for he was like, this is what I want. I'm firing everybody up to get up for this game. And I'm going to be pissed off at the end of the game when we lose that first game, which was awesome. And he didn't retaliate on LeBron, and he didn't complain about it. And he got just what he wanted out of everybody from the other side, and the USA fired up to take down Wemby. Wemby put it on his shoulders. I thought it was cool all around on both sides of the equation. It was great. It was awesome.
Had the line of the weekend too, asked about being the face of the league, and he said, yeah, I do see that happening, and he said it's supply and demand, and I'm here to supply it.
Mm-hmm. It's a bar.
Those are big words, yo.
20 or 30
words.
years from now, those words are going to echo. I'm telling you, they are going to echo. You are next, my friend. Did USA get up for Wemby specifically?
Well, based off of what Anthony Edwards said in this post-game interview, yes. But as AM was saying, it was in a positive way. And as B-Dot was saying, it was just like, you got to show me. You know what I mean? And so I think everybody was amped to see the game just off of that, because we know what Wemby brings. He's going to be in technically every play defensively, because that's how much ground he covers. And offensively, he's here to bring the smoke. That's the Wemby I like. When he first started in the NBA, I want to say he was passive, but it was just the coach. I don't think Pop put him in position to be successful, and didn't seem pressed to like make sure he shot more than 10 times a game. And some of his teammates weren't even trying to get him the ball. So I like this version of Wemby. He started up the year this way. He was very aggressive from game one of the season, just finding his shot. He's not the one bringing up the ball, but he finds a way to be involved offensively and defensively. So I think that's what has me in.
Popovich. I don't think Pop did a good job coaching Wemby at all.
I agree.
I don't think Pop knew how to coach Wemby. I think Wemby was an alien, and Pop didn't have like a blueprint or a formula, and they couldn't figure it out. To me, it's get him the ball.
Yep.
Get him the ball.
Yep.
I mean, you're going to run play. But, I mean, his rookie year, you guys remember this. They'd go 5-6 possessions. Wemby wouldn't touch the ball.
I thought that
what
was
he's just out there getting cardio, man. It was ridiculous. Pop, we love you. I mean, but it is what it is. Did USA get up specifically for Wemby?
I want to say yes, because Victor Wembanyama threw the gauntlet. He's like, the quote, the bar that he said, this is about supply and demand. I'm the supply. And he came into the game setting the tone by saying, I want these guys to follow my lead in terms of playing hard. So that opened the floodgates for everything. Wemby was going to play hard whether the others did or not. Mm-hmm. And right off the hop, they went into him on the low block, dunked the basketball. The next possession down the floor, made the three. When Scotty Barnes made that shot over him at the end of the first game, he was literally upset. It's an all-star game. That's how much he was bringing to the table. So I think all that, Wemby set the tone before the game, the press conferences. So of course, down somewhere in their guts, the USA's players' guts, they wanted to show Wemby who was boss. So I think there was definitely some motivation there. No question about it. Wembanyama understands the assignment, fellas. He wants the mantle. He wants the mantle of face of the league. As I was telling you guys yesterday during our watch party, growing up in France, he understood that this was about to happen. He learned English, wanted to make sure that the pronunciations of his words were proper because he knew all of these interviews were coming down the pike. And for him to have all this kind of confidence, it's not normal. We get the braggadocious stuff from being here in North America. But for a European to come in with an American attitude and to want all of this stuff, the American players, they sniff that. They know what's coming. And to your point, they want to make sure, listen, man, yes, you're the up-and-comer here, but it's still our world. Wembanyama don't care about that stuff. He wants it to be his world right now, right this minute. So, yes, there was a component there of the U.S. trying to go at Wembanyama coming into the game.
Alien invasion.
This is a B-dot joint right here. This is a great topic. So here's my answer. I do think USA specifically got up for Wemby. I think it was more about the face of the league comment than it was the I'm going to play hard in the All-Star game, and if y'all don't, screw you quote. Because an international player has never been the face of the NBA. Is there a correction there?
Probably not.
I don't think so.
Bonus.
He wasn't. Probably not.
Okay, so that would be a pioneering, ridiculous first for Victor Wembanyama to be. We're almost 80 years of the NBA, and it's been an American face the whole time. And now you've got the alien, the most unique skill set we've ever seen in basketball history. And he's talking about being the face of the league in a very, very confident, like serial killer way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's not joking about it.
Yeah.
He wasn't joking. You don't see him smiling, smirking, going, like the little defuse thing after you say it. No, he's just like, I mean, it's some James Bond shit. You know what I mean? It's like some real gangster stuff. So I think the American players, because face of the league is money, right? Face of the league means you're on Icy Hot and you're in a Buick ad and you're selling McDonald's and you're, a lot of money. And if you're, if there's a cluster of faces of the league, right? Draymond's in commercials, Steph's in commercials, LeBron's obviously in commercials, but there aren't too many of those guys that are in a bunch of commercials. They're probably on one hand.
Yeah.
Wemby's trying to be one of those guys. That bounces an American out of that. Obviously, they don't like that. So to me, it's kind of like, he's coming for our money.
I like that.
He's not just coming to beat us on the court. He's coming to beat us off the court too. And I don't think guys are flying around from game to game like ultimately like super long-term worried about this, but the conversation apex is they're asked about it, and it's just sort of, but I do think it inspired the guys on Sunday. All right, I want to go to AM first here. Ant-Man won MVP. All right, 32 points, 9 boards, 3 assists, made 13 of 22 shots in the game, and obviously had a bunch. I want to talk Wolves. We don't talk Wolves very much. Obviously, they're my squad. They've been to the West Finals back-to-back years. They're still one of the better teams, probably a top 10 team in the NBA if you did the power rankings. Is there a finals run in Ant-Man this year?
I don't see it. No, I don't see it because the team's still not good enough, right? I mean, and that's been the problem the whole time. I mean, the way it was constructed, it works to a degree, right? Like Randall, when he is absolutely dialed in, like it's working. I mean, he's an all-star, and his name wasn't even mentioned. He wasn't even around, right? Like he
could have been
that level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all-star numbers this year for sure.
Right. Like Rudy Gobert, a lot of his metrics haven't dipped defensively totally. On some of his metrics, yes, but others, like he's doing what he needs to do as your rim protector. But as we've spoken about, there's been a major void at that point guard. Dillingham didn't get it done. who is Ant-Man's running mate?
He didn't get a chance.
He didn't get a chance. You're right. And we're going to see what he does in Chicago if he gets that chance. But now you got Domosu, and I'm going to butcher his name. Forgive me. But like is
Io. Just call him Io.
Right, like,
just call him Io.
Is he even going to come in like that was who they ultimately ended up with, right? Like him and DiVincenzo are like, are they a 1-2 punch enough to make this happen? No, there's an element that's missing there, and there's a reason that they've had some really bad runs this year alone, right? Like why they're really 5th through 7th in the league, why Phoenix has a chance to come up above them, right? Why Houston now is more enticing to me than them. So no, I don't see a finals run in them. I mean, Ant-Man would have to literally be the #1 guy in the league, like by a mile, to bring them to the finals, and I just don't see it. He's awesome. We all love Ant-Man. We've put him on MVP conversations the past couple of years, this, that, the other, and you saw what he was in the All-Star game when he's dialed in. But like overall, Wolves, I don't see it.
Finals run for Ant-Man and the Wolves this year?
No, and I agree with AM. Obviously, we got to give Anthony Edwards his props for defeating a lot of like legends. He beat Jokic, he beat KD and Booker, so we can't overlook that. However, the team is not that much different than last year, and OKC is still in the wings. I think Denver got better. Denver brought back your boy Bruce Brown. We know Aaron Gordon's not healthy, but I like how Cam Johnson fits. There's improvement on the two players, and Chris Brown, and who's the other player?
Peyton Watson.
Peyton Watson. Peyton Watson actually had the biggest leap, I think.
Big time.
So with all of that, and Joker is still Joker. He's still giving you the triple doubles.
We still haven't had a Cam Johnson
casually.
Yet.
Cam Johnson because he's been injured. But so all of that said, Denver got better. I would also say OKC got better with Jared McCain.
Mm-hmm.
The bench just looks stronger, and the guys also had growth internally. So then now you're just looking at who else is there. I mean, there's other teams. I don't have to name them, but outside of that, I mean, Houston is there. Houston is flawed, I think, just like Minnesota is flawed. They don't have a true point guard.
I agree.
And it doesn't allow the other guys to shine and make their most dangerous guy that much more dangerous. So all that said, I don't have and then the other flip side of that is that, as you said, Anthony Edwards is a part-time killer. Like, certain games happen where he takes 13 shots or he takes 8 shots, he has 13 points, and then on top of that, he's not mad. Because you have to actually watch the game, right? Like, okay, this was in the flow of the game.
You see your cousin murmuring.
I know. I see B-Dot too. He's trying to be cool about it. I see B-Dot. Come on, man. But I'm hanging off a dear life here. I'm on the floor. But yeah, I mean, honestly speaking, he's a part-time killer, and I'm gonna stand on that because several years in a row where his team got eliminated, he didn't show up for at least 2 games in the series and wasn't mad about it. It's one thing if you take 30 shots, you take 25 shots, and you just don't have the numbers. But he would not take the shots and then would not be mad about it. That's the issue I have, and that's why I think he's a part-time killer. So all those factors, Wolves ain't going nowhere.
Do you know he wasn't mad? How do you know he wasn't
because
mad?
they asked him and the way his body language,
so
everything
he needed
about
to
it.
show you.
He said he wasn't
to satisfy
pissed.
your Jones. He had to show you he was pissed
I'll
off.
ask Rick, who knows about these
I'm
Wolves.
completely. Maybe we can just like morph the debate into this. Okay, let's make this quick. I do not see a finals run in the Wolves this year. Do you see a finals run in the Wolves this year?
No, I don't see a finals run. He would have to have a D-Wade type of astronomical run, and then again, D-Wade was in the East. So he would have to 32 and like crazy numbers in order just to get to that finals.
So I want to, of course, get back to this part-time killer thing quickly. Do you see a finals run in the Wolves this year?
There's an absolute chance for a finals run for the Wolves this season because they've gotten to the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row. Now, they didn't get the player that I thought they did. They didn't get Anthony Edwards, a playmaker, to go alongside with him from last summer's offseason to this year's trade deadline. Ayo Dosunmu, okay, he's a nice little pickup. Let's see if that pays its dividends throughout the rest of the season and into the playoffs. But all the teams at the top of the Western Conference are flawed, especially when it comes to injuries. SGA is hurt right now. Jalen Williams is going to be out for a significant period of time. Aaron Gordon is hurt. I think he needs to shut down the season and take care of that hamstring because he's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks every time he hurts that hamstring. It's the same hamstring. He's had the same thing for 2 years running now. Get the surgery, get it done. But I get it. He wants to play. They have a chance to win. Houston is flawed. Whomever else. All the teams at the top of the Western Conference aren't as good as we think they are. The Minnesota Timberwolves are top 7 on both sides of the floor in terms of efficiency. They're not bad. They're a lot better than what you guys are giving them credit for.
They're very mid.
Again, very mid based on what? They got to
They're
the
not bad.
They got to the Western Conference Finals
That's mid.
2 years running.
But that's why they should be a top 3 team this year.
So listen, remember, we were having these same discussions about them at this point last season. They made the run to the Western Conference Finals. They ran into an Oklahoma City Thunder buzzsaw of a team. It was their year.
And the Warriors would have beat them too. They're full of strength. Sorry.
The Thunder are the favorite, but the NBA overall is wide open. Injuries are playing a factor, and I don't think there's a dominant team out there. So to answer the question, there's absolutely a path for the Timberwolves to make a run in the Western Conference and possibly get to the finals. And we all know about the NBA.
Hey Rick, what does quickly mean?
It's based.
Is it like a timer?
Or Could we have you guys slap the definition up there?
It's a different question.
Dude, it's based on matchups. So the Wolves have a chance to get to the finals.
Hilarious.
Yes.
Hilarious.
But guys,
Yes.
I want to throw something
Yes.
else at it because listening to this conversation, like the scales are a little tipped. Like I'm with you, Dwight, but then like my mind is like, but you got McDaniels as well, and you got Reed, who is I think of today is still the odds-on favorite to be 6th man of the year, right? Like why the hell aren't you better? Like where are you in the top 3 after your finals run last year, and you have the 6th man of the year on your squad right now?
So
what's going on?
It's a perfect setup. I'll tell you what's going on. Ant-Man is let's say it in stereo, a part-time killer.
Man,
That's
listen.
why the metrics aren't meeting with where the record should be, because Ant-Man he's not psychopathic. He's not Jason Voorhees. He's not Michael Myers. He's not the boogeyman. He's not Jordan. He's not Kobe. Those were the boogeyman.
He's not even at least be the Joker, because he smiles a lot. Smiling can be scary if you're a killer.
Exactly.
So if he's like the Joker, at least, like he's like laughing.
But he's like harmless.
Yeah.
Like, you're having fun. What's that?
Have you been watching the games this year?
I have, but I watched
sure?
the game for the last 3
Are you
years,
sure?
so I know how
I'm
he
a Wolves
plays.
fan, so yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Ant-Man listen, bro. It's been games where Ant-Man has come into the 4th quarter and only has 15 points, not having a great game, and turned it up. Let's take it. Let's say, for example,
season.
I'm sorry, Dwight.
Regular
The
season.
Toronto Raptors. It don't matter. That's how you become. That's how you develop your killerness. Is during the regular season.
I'm not saying he's not a killer. He's a part-time killer.
We're not saying he's not a killer.
Bro,
and
it's
some
changing this
playoff
shit.
games.
Remember 2 months ago we were talking about, is Ant-Man this great of a player, or he's just
he got
proved.
tired.
He has proved
guarding Stephen Curry.
He has
and
proved.
had a bad game because he was tired guarding Stephen Curry.
Of
That's
course.
not a killer.
What you mean it's not a
Jordan
killer?
never got tired
Because
guarding
he has
anybody.
Scottie Pippen. Jaden McDaniels not no Scottie Pippen.
He got
I
Julius
like
Randle.
Jordan, y'all see Jordan play defense.
You brought up Jordan in this conversation?
Come on, man.
He's baby Jordan. If we like the killers, you got to compare him to all the killers we know.
Yes. All right,
How many
guys.
killers do we know ever played in the NBA? Name 5 outside of Jordan.
For Anthony Edwards'
Can't do it.
killerness to be questioned, I'm sorry.
Name a killer
He is
outside of Jordan.
He is in
Kobe.
the con-
Kobe's
Okay.
a killer.
He
Who
is
else?
in the conversation.
Gary West is a killer.
He is
man.
in the
Okay.
conversation for face
Gary
of
Payton.
the NBA.
Gary
He
Payton
is
was
a box
tired.
office
He was a
talent.
killer.
Wemby's a killer.
People
now.
are
I thought Allen
flying,
Iverson was a
people are
killer.
flying around
Yeah.
the world to go see.
I thought he was a
Anthony
killer
Edwards
every
play.
night.
Hey,
And you're going to
Iverson's
question him being a killer?
hurt
Yeah.
every
Based
night.
on what? Based on what?
He
He's
showed
a
it.
part-time killer.
Because
He's
he
so
had
bad.
he had a couple
Get
of
to the
fourth
finals.
quarter, what
Get
he
to
can
the
do.
finals when you're supposed
Okay,
to.
okay. When
Get
you're
to the
supposed to,
finals.
based on what? They were the favorite last year.
So
They were
we're
the
just
favorite
answering
2 years ago.
I'm just answering Rick's question.
Okay.
They're not favored to get to the finals. I have like 2 teams above them.
We know that.
That's not bad, but those 2 teams will stop him get to the finals.
We don't know that.
And
We
honestly,
don't know that.
honestly,
But this
to
is
his
the right
defense,
argument because
No,
to
no,
his
no.
defense,
Rick asked a great question specifically.
Yeah, well, hold on,
I
hold
think
on.
Ant-Man does Ant-Man have a finals?
no,
run in him?
but to Ant-Man's defense, I don't think his team improved enough. They're not that much different.
Okay, say the team.
I mean,
then. Don't say Ant-Man.
Okay.
No, I know that.
Those
but
are
to
two
put them
different
over the
things.
edge, to put them over the edge, seeing that they didn't do that, it's really because there have been games. There's been evidence where we're like, where's Ant-Man?
Yeah, to their point,
I should
Ant-Man's-
never say that about any
Ant-Man's got to be a
killer.
killer to
Yes,
drag
that's
this
last-
team to the
that's
finals.
That's we're talking
the
about
sixth man of
Ant-Man
the
now
year.
today. Ant-Man
All
is
I
doing
got
his
is
damn
all I
thing.
got
He
is a
is
history.
killing.
I got
today.
two playoff series,
He is
two
killing today.
seasons of playoff history where he doesn't show up.
Where they've
Okay,
got-
that's
where
cool.
they've
That's
got-
And the
that's
most
great.
important
But we're talking about
finals,
today.
Western Conference Finals.
We're talking about today now.
Hey, as a New Yorker, it's not good enough.
Man, look.
If we say finals is the floor, for if I'm a Wolves fan, Western Conference Finals is not enough.
As a New Yorker,
Sorry.
as a New Yorker,
Western
and a New York
Finals
Knicks
is not
fan,
enough.
your ceiling shouldn't be that high.
No,
Yo,
for
man,
me, it's championship or bust. That's my mindset.
Yeah,
So I'm like, you got to do what you got to do.
For the new-
We don't want a participation trophy in the finals, and that's so for the Wolves. You can't, for a Wolves fan, you can't be like, oh, Western Conference Finals. Stop saying it now.
Yeah,
It's
man,
2
you're
years
in
in a
there.
row.
But
Okay.
It's
Now
2
I
years in a row.
got to come here. I got to let you know about Minnesota culture. Okay, from there, it's a very gullible, unsophisticated. Largely, there's exceptions. Okay, but it's a we'll get them next year mentality, and they're okay with that. I'm not okay with that. That's why I'm divorced from the Vikings. That's why I was divorced from the Timberwolves, and then the Wicked Witch died. Glenn Taylor, Alex Rodriguez, and Laurie took over. So I'm back because the Wicked Witch is dead. We have a chance now, but we're still the Wolves. We can't have anything nice. So is working against Ant-Man. Okay, he doesn't have the city of New York up his you know what like this. Where's the win, man? Okay, like after every game in Minnesota, you get crushed by the Los Angeles Clippers in one of the lowest effort games I've seen from any team all year, including like the Washingtons and the freaking Utahs. Okay, that that bloodbath with blood all over Kawhi's hands the Sunday Sunday. A part-time kid, you lose like that because he's a part-time killer. But nobody in Minnesota is going. Probably wasn't getting killed on local sports talk radio on Monday after that. If I were working in that town, that would have been a huge thing for me.
Yep.
And the whole city of Minneapolis and St. Paul, 2 cities, would be either like, Kamla, I'm with you, or Kamla, you are full of crap like you guys think right now, because I'd be all over that narrative in Minnesota. And those are narratives that hopefully a player hears. And either Ant-Man's aware, I know he's got, friends and entourage, they would hear, they would relay it to him, so I know it would get back to him. But I don't think he gets any of that tough talk in Minnesota. I think people are happy to have him because he's a badass player. He's the second best Timberwolf.
He doesn't have any
behind
tough vets.
Behind Kevin Garnett.
He doesn't have tough vets, and he doesn't have any tough coaches.
And he doesn't have tough media or tough fan base.
Yeah.
So I think if he had that, I think it would incentivize him and force is kind of like a hard word, but you get my point, to like and like be more angry, be more mean, be more aggressive consistently. Because guys, I don't think, to Doc's point, and Dwight, I know you talk, I do want to see. Look, we love it when Wemby looks all pissed off, right? You lose the All-Star game last year. You're cussing out Şengün because he missed a defensive assignment. You saw how pissed he was when they lost the 2 games yesterday, and we like that, right? We all like that. Okay, so when you lose in the playoffs and your season's over, and you're kind of laughing and you're kind of goofy, and you kind of act like it just kind of rolled off your shoulder, like the rain outside right now. No, I don't like that. Like if Kobe was like, the world came to an end, right? I mean, if they didn't win the championship, I remember an interview with Jim Gray anyway, you get the point.
Absolutely. He needs Rasheed Wallace in the
You've got to internalize the trauma to me. To me, he's just kind of rolling off him. He's young, rolling through life, and just, I love Ant-Man. We all love Ant-Man. But to me, he's got to get meaner.
As a Minnesotan, all those factors that you just said, I think it's perfect. I think it fits perfect for Ant-Man. Why? Because his team, he doesn't have a playmaker. He doesn't have a perennial all-star. He's doing it without a vet. He's doing Western Conference Final. He's young. He is young. And you mentioned all this, Wemby being pissed off about not winning the game, but who got the MVP?
Ant-Man.
Come on now, let's give credit when credit is due. All right. And in the fourth quarter, he's one of the most efficient and top clutch performance in the fourth quarter this year.
That was
We're talking
part-time
about
killer.
growth. We're talking about growth. We're not talking about past stuff. And if you want to talk about past performances, he's made it to 2 Western Conference Finals with that Minnesota team. Like, and what have they had?
You can do a lot.
They had
on
Mike
a
Collins.
part-time schedule.
Was Kobe? I don't know if you want to bring up the numbers. Was Kobe this successful early in his career, made in the 2 Western Conference Finals, but without a Shaq?
Yeah, I don't believe so.
Without a dominant person?
I don't
All right,
believe so.
let's get his kid time to grow. And this is the year that we're going to see a different Ant-Man. Yeah, we've seen all that. He was laughing and all that, but this year we haven't seen no laughing. We've seen being the most efficient
I
player
don't mind
in the
the
fourth
laughing.
quarter. You feel me? We've seen him kill. Like I said, they were down the whole game against Toronto Raptors in the fourth quarter. Ant-Man only had 15 points, finished the game with 31 points, 8 rebounds, and won the game.
I like that example.
Like
and that's our point.
Like,
I just
but
don't
I'm
want the
saying
disappearing acts.
It's
You have a 7-game series.
You gotta learn. You
You
gotta
can't have
go
2
through it.
games or you disappear.
You feel me? You gotta
So
go through it.
I just want to say this, and I don't want to, like, I've said this many, many times. Ant-Man will become a killer, I believe. He's not there yet.
Why is he not becoming one?
No, he is becoming one, but right now he's a part-time killer, and he's going to become a full-time killer.
It's different killers, Rick. You can have a serial killer. You can have a you have a sniper. It's different type of killers. You feel me?
Yeah.
Everybody might not be a serial killer. You
Okay,
know?
okay,
So
okay,
Ant is a killer.
Okay. So maybe a
So he's a
hitman-
part-time.
maybe
Maybe a hitman.
maybe a hitman instead of a
Come
serial
on now.
killer.
So he's a part-time killer. He has a job. He has a job at
Yes.
Walmart.
Yes.
And he's also, he's kind of like our guy, the enforcer, when Denzel Washington played it.
Yeah, exactly.
He had a
exactly.
part-time job, and he was handling his business
So
on the
Rick,
side.
so Rick, the only time Ant-Man becomes a killer is when they win the championship. Is that what it is?
No,
No, we're going to see it on the way.
Just don't disappear. We're not saying he has to win that game, but he's disappeared in series and like 2 games, like games that mattered.
Great
I'd rather
players.
him disappear in the Western Conference Final than disappear in anything
I
before
totally agree with
or
you.
disappear
Okay.
in games in the Western Conference Final.
All right.
Totally.
Who's your favorite team?
Totally agree with you.
I really don't have a favorite team.
Who's your favorite team?
I don't have a favorite team.
Okay. I'm just saying, if my favorite team's best player in the 7-game series would just be missing in action, and then not show that they're mad about that
But how do you know he's not mad about that? Because he bounces back.
from the interviews, right?
See, but that's.
I'm not mad at the smiling. It's from the interviews. He bounces back next year just to get to the same point.
He bounced back enough. Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row.
Yeah, it's all good.
Shout out to Adam Hurley for his comment right there. We appreciate you guys and girls out there. We love you. This has been a hot debate. This is probably my favorite because this isn't in the rundown.
Yeah.
The part-time killer thing, not in the rundown. Just a beautiful organic debate. All right, I've played nice. I've played nice. I have. I'm not sure B-Dot totally agrees with that because he's kind of feisty about the part-time killer thing. But
Yeah, I
that's
like
all right.
it. I like
That's
it.
all right.
He's keeping it popping. I love
So
it.
the question, no, B-Dot, it's all love, man. Are you mad at Luka Doncic and or Nikola Jokic? Not only am I mad at these guys, I'm mad at NBC. Okay, NBC fanned the flames of this lazy bull crap. Okay, the world is playing game 2. It's a death game for the world because they lost game 1. Luka played 3 minutes or whatever, hucked up some bricks, and went to the bench. Just like I told you guys he would. Give up your spot. You robbed a terrific player of an all-star spot, and that completely sucks. I'm a historian, guys. All-stars, adding that to you, especially if you haven't been one yet, it's just transcending. It's absolutely huge. Kevin Willis, one-time all-star. Steve Smith, one-time all-star. Rod Strickland, no-time all-star. None. CJ McCollum, no-time all-star. Right? Okay. So I get very passionate about that. Domantas Sabonis got robbed of 2 in a row. 2 in a row. So it's very, very selfish to me. And it wasn't just Luka. Luka would have rather gone to Fiji than stayed in LA. I promise you that. But because he was the leading vote getter. And so I almost more blame it on the league. But at the same time, Luka, dude, like this isn't it. And for Jokic too, again, Jokic's all-star numbers are almost as bad as Luka's, like for his all-star career. Durant said it, I've been saying it for years. These guys, and I say it with more, color. They urinate on the all-star game. They do. They hate the all-star game. And so what's really bothering me right now is, Ant-Man after the game was on with NBA TV, and I'm paraphrasing, he basically was like, yeah, man, Jokic and Luka, I don't want to throw any shade, but yeah, they just don't mess with the All-Star game. And almost just like it's fact and it's just a reality that we have to deal with. Why? And then we bang on everybody else for not bringing effort to the All-Star game, right? And again, I've been beating this drum for years, but now it's kind of at the surface now, right? So we've been banging on everybody for not bringing it in the All-Star game. Adam's going to kill the All-Star game and this kind of thing. We finally get a good competitive All-Star game that we're all fired up about. And the only two lazy asses in the whole event are Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic. And we're just letting them get away with it. I think it's bullcrap, dude. So yes, I am mad at Luka and Jokic and the league for forcing Luka down our throats, although I get it. You're next. Are you mad at Luka and Jokic?
I co-sign. It takes a lot to get me mad, so I'm kind of like, whatever. As long as I was happy that I focused on the positives, the fact that Kawhi came out to play, had his game face on, and Edwards came to
Mr. Glass
play.
half full right here.
Yeah, I mean, because he responded to Wemby's energy, the fact that Wemby backed up what he was saying. I did look at the stat, by the way. Jokic had 2 rebounds, no assists.
Okay.
And so I'm sure he played more. I mean, yesterday is probably kind of hard to get on them like that because they both were in minutes restriction because of injuries, and we know the injury that Jokic had. But so they showed up. He played 5 minutes, 2 rebounds. Can't really get on him for that. He didn't play the second game. Same thing with Luka. Luka didn't play the second game, and he only played. So it was like a, just to be out there, show the fans. But in your defense, Dylan Brooks, because we saw Steph suit up for everything, take pictures and everything. Luka could have did that. Luka could have,
Giannis,
Jokic could have did
SGA,
that.
they were all out there doing
take
all
a
the
flight. You put the uniform on. You take all the pictures. You smile and joke around with Giannis's kids, whatever. But now Dylan Brooks actually gets to play, and the heat that he would have brought, we lost that.
It's a great point because, and think about this, just super quick, Dwight, and you're next up. Because Jokic has been dealing with injury and Luka missed the 4 games before the All-Star break, nobody would have cried foul at all if you just said, yeah, Luka's not going to play in the All-Star game. Nobody would have cried foul. Hoopheads know that Luka craps on the All-Star game anyway, so nobody's like, oh, man, what a buzzkill. Luka's not. Nobody's thinking that way. They're not. So just, make up an injury, whether you're hurt or not, and you have probable cause with both of these guys, so 2 other guys can get an All-Star, a Julius Randle, maybe a Dylan Brooks. Are you mad at Jokic and or Luka? And if mad's not the right word, are you ill at peace with those 2 guys?
I am not mad at Luka Doncic nor Nikola Jokic because they fulfilled their obligation to the fans. The fans voted them in. We were both aware, the fans were aware that both players were coming into the game on minutes restrictions off of injuries. We do understand that the All-Star game has been a buzzkill in terms of effort. But at the end of the day, I think I'd be more worried about criticism towards myself if I'm not competing for a championship than I am in an All-Star game. The ultimate prize for those 2 players is to win a championship. No matter how you feel about their teams and their chances, that's where the obligation lies. All right? Especially in the case of Doncic, we knew he was on a minutes restriction, so we shouldn't be upset about that. Could he have played harder? Sure. Could Dylan Brooks been his replacement and played harder? Sure. But I think they fulfilled their obligation to the fans. They showed up. They played. They didn't play hard at all. But I'm not going to be mad at them because I understand the big picture of the whole thing. They're both injured. Jokic wasn't even wearing a knee brace on his injured knee. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to be upset with that. I'm not.
Dwight, I love you, man, but
no problem.
How do you fulfill your obligation to the fans who voted you there if you urinate on the game that you voted them to play in and they didn't play in it? And the minutes restriction to me is just, it's fine print. They could have played 20 minutes. They could have played 22 minutes. They're trying to diffuse guys like me by calling it a minutes restriction. But a minutes restriction means maybe you play half the game. A minutes restriction doesn't mean that you play 3 or 5 minutes and then don't come back on the court for the rest of the night. That's funky. That ain't right. for me. So that, again, I love you, but that to me, that's the exact opposite of fulfilling your obligation.
I agree. Because minutes restrictions that actually Jokic is on. AM, how many minutes on your fantasy team does Jokic play? 25 minutes a game? If that's a minutes restriction, right? Not 5 minutes, right? Am I correct?
He plays plenty of minutes to fill up my
No,
sheet.
that's not the argument. I'm just showing you if he's on a true minutes restriction medically, that's 25 minutes. He only played 5 minutes, so he's not fulfilling his obligations.
No.
A fan that's like, nah, I want Jokic on there. I don't want Towns starting.
What would have been satisfactory to you?
Half the game.
Half the game.
Half the game.
Yeah.
Play half the game.
Okay.
No, well, half the game twice. He didn't play the second game.
Play 6 minutes in the first game and 6
for
minutes.
Jokic. That's not fulfilling the fans' obligation. So he should have technically at least started and played and showed his face in the second game. Did cardio. There's a lot of players that do cardio in the league. He could at least done that, and that's fulfilling the fans' obligation.
Listen, I'll keep this short. Doncic has a hamstring injury. He hadn't played in any games up until the All-Star game.
Talk about Jokic though. That's the one.
No,
that's
but
the one.
he has more of a Rick has more of a problem with Doncic.
I know,
than
but
Jokic. So Doncic, you know how the hamstring is. If he goes out there all out, hadn't truly played hard for about 2 weeks. What if he retweaks the hamstring?
Well, that's why I was
He should have just not
played.
I agree.
He should have just not played.
I agree with that.
And they should have said that last Wednesday or Thursday so Adam could name another guy.
But they put him on a minutes restriction. So we knew going in that this was probably going to happen.
And we knew that it was going to be some bull junk.
Probably, yes.
But you know what, B-Dot? They're not going to get me with the banana in the tailpipe. They're not going to get me with that. Are you mad at Luka or Jokic?
Be honest, at first I really didn't care, but when I had some time to think about it, I'm pissed. I'll be honest. I understand what they play 1 12-minute quarter.
Yep.
But they played what a
5 minutes of it.
Yeah.
Play 6 minutes. Play 7. If you're on a minutes restriction, I understand that. If you're hurt, don't play. Don't take somebody's spot. Y'all pissing me off because these people come in to pay primetime money. They might not get a chance to see a Jokic or a Luka play because they're either not in that same city or they live on the East Coast. They come to see you guys play. And this was a very great All-Star game, very condensed, where you could have gave minimal effort. If that's the case, don't show up. Don't show up. And this is not like you said. You say Luka piss on an All-Star game all the time. Like, bro, you ain't won nothing. Like Jokic got a ring. You feel me? Like, still understandable.
And 3 MVPs.
Right. Come on now. Like Jokic, all right, you big dog. You still, even the big dogs in the past have played. Luka, you ain't done nothing yet, bro. And I understand a hamstring injury. If it was that lingering, then understand don't play, but don't show up. You feel me? Like you guys come to America to live a great life. We give you guys this. Now I want to say we give you guys the opportunity. You guys earn this opportunity to come over. You prove yourself in the league. Give the fans what they want. If not, stay in the Euro Cup. Dude, you can do that over and go over there and do that. You can do that over there. But here in America, we like to see the greats play and compete. We haven't seen that in the past, but this year we did. And why not these two guys we want to crown face of the NBA one day? Why aren't they showing up and doing this? Go to a bar, go drink. Do you don't
Yeah, exactly. Just don't leave the bar, dude. You're good. Stay there.
The most effort Doncic showed yesterday was arguing with the ref. And I thought that was a sign that he was going to bring it. But but I agree with Dwight. Only for Doncic. So I think you should really focus on Jokic because there is no evidence on why he played 5 minutes, and that whole fan base is like 2 rebounds. Come on.
And the 5 minutes he played, I mean, could not have been less interested in being on that court. Did nothing.
Yep.
The announcer didn't say his name one time.
Probably not.
Not one. Nikola Jokic, who, with the points, rebounds, and assists, I mean, Chris Marlowe, dude, he needs lozenges just because he talks about Jokic so much. I mean, it's just Jokic. Are you mad at Luka or Jokic?
It would be hypocritical of me to be mad. Why? Because I've been saying for weeks, to me, the All-Star game is a dog and pony show anyway, right? So, this is about the fans. This isn't necessarily about the game. Now, again, we got great All-Star action yesterday, so it was fun. But let me ask you all something. Parents, what's worse than being mad? Like, Dad, are you mad? No, I'm disappointed.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
that's where I'm at with this. I'm absolutely disappointed in both of them. I'm disappointed that they didn't give up their spots, so Adam Silver could have brought two other guys in that would have tried, that would have made the games even better. Lackluster efforts, didn't play. Luka with the headset on. Jokic, that you didn't even see him. But hell, when they were giving introductions, did you see Jokic's face? Right? Like, I mean, stoic. Like, I mean, and he's like known for that. You can see him on the screen right now taking the pictures like that. But dude, it's the All-Star game. Yeah. Crack half a smile. Even Kawhi Leonard smiled a little bit, right? Like, you even saw some of that coming out yesterday. This is the All-Star. It's fun. It is a dog and pony show. It is for the fans. Like, show a little grace, guys. I'm disappointed.
I have a quick question for Doc. When Wemby went back to the world locker room and he saw Luka and Jokic, what did he say to him? Yes, that's right, my guy. What were you going to say, Doc?
No, I'm just saying, at the end of the day, you're playing 12 minutes. Jokic, you're playing with the greatest players in the world. You don't have to give effort. You don't have to score. You're known for your passing. Go out there and get 15 assists.
Great call.
Come down, boom.
Chris Paul always used
Jason
to do
Kidd
that.
mode.
Come on,
with
yeah.
Team USA.
Remember, Paul in All-Star
shoot one
games
time.
would have these huge assists. He would just like take two shots and just dime.
You don't have to go hard. You're not playing hard.
That's a great
you
point.
Can come
Rick,
down,
Rick,
make some crazy passes.
These guys didn't just urinate on the game; they urinated.
Oh,
I
like
that.
that.
was bars.
Are we
What I will say.
What?
We're gonna bring that back.
That's hot.
What I will say is there could have been room for my fellow Canadian Dylan Brooks. And if there was going to be a replacement that deserved to replace a Luka Doncic in lieu of his hamstring injury, it should have been Dylan Brooks.
I would have put him on over De'Aaron Fox.
Dylan, okay, that's fine too.
I'm just saying, like, I like De'Aaron, and he was on my All-Star bubble, but I thought Dylan Brooks had a better All-Star. Just quickly, Dot. I think Brooks has done more for Phoenix this year than Fox has done for San Antonio.
100%. I would want to have seen D Brooks on the opposite team of the old heads. Because he would have
been Dean LeBron.
Yeah. Dude, that would have been theater.
Okay,
And Dylan Brooks not
he's a
making
world player.
guys.
He's a
Dylan
world
Brooks.
player.
Oh my
He's a world
goodness.
player.
Dylan Brooks not making the All-Star game this year is probably the best thing that's happened in his career in terms of like us talking about him.
Yeah.
How much play has Dylan Brooks gotten the last 10 to 14 days?
Are the other panel shows talking about Dylan Brooks too being an All-Star?
Oh, sure. Oh, absolutely.
I love that.
You know what?
I love that.
Turn Braun up. Dylan and Wemby. Oh man,
No, man. Dylan versus LeBron would have been must-see TV.
Yes,
No question
We
about
probably
it.
would have tried to, clown him coming into the
No
game
question.
wearing a JJ Barea jersey.
You know what?
Or like a Jeff Hamilton
That's
version.
great.
Like
Because LeBron, to his credit, played relatively hard yesterday. Dylan Brooks would have forced him to play even harder.
No doubt about
and
it.
might have embarrassed him. Might have embarrassed.
Well, it would have brought the best out of LeBron. Otherwise, he would have been embarrassed.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying.
If you hit him with that Jokic effort, like Dylan Brooks is going to eat your lunch, your dinner, tomorrow's lunch and dinner.
And that would have got his teammates up for at least the last game. But, we didn't play the world team. I think if they had played the world team the last game, it was kind of like little brother, big brother. They're like, y'all can have it.
So I will agree to that. To get my fellow Canadian into the game, I agree with your disappointment in Doncic.
Well, just leave with that. Why you always got to be Team World every time?
Because I'm an international player.
You're a Canadian player. You're connected to the U.S.
Based on
you're 6 hours from New York.
Okay.
You could drive to New York. You could drive to Detroit. You could drive to Minneapolis.
I'm a 6-hour flight from France too.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It took me 6 hours to get out here. It's the same thing.
The bicker fest continues between first cousins, Dr. X, Dwight Walton, Brandon Armstrong, A.M. Pfeffer, Rick Kamla. We are Beyond the Surface on the X-Rated Sports Network. You guys crack us all up. Damian Lillard. Dude, Dame's the man.
Yeah. He really is.
He's the freaking man, dude. I mean, I say this about, if you don't like Damian Lillard, you suck. You just do. There's nothing not to like about this guy. And he's a full-time killer. Ah! All right, so Dame wins. That was for you. That was for you.
And hasn't done as much as Anthony Edwards.
Hasn't at all.
Think about that. Listen. That's why it's different.
But he shows up. And he
I love it.
cares.
Oh, you guys are the best, man.
Dame's my
So
favorite.
it was a great 3-point shootout, right? Booker had that last shot, and 29-27, Dame gets the victory over Book. Khan was, I think you and me called Khan.
I had Khan. I
And
thought
he showed well, but ultimately didn't win. All right, so the debate here is is Dame a great shooter? I mean, so what I want to do is last shot. I want you to go first on this one, Dot. Last shot, okay? Like the 3, 2, 1, and you're down to, let's call it that. So you need a 3. You're down to, well, I guess
to win the game.
you guys can contextualize it however you want, but it's the big shot of the game. Dot, do you want Damian Lillard taking that shot? Do you want Reggie Miller taking that shot? Do you want Ray Allen taking that shot? Or do you want Klay Thompson taking that shot?
I see what you did there. You left Steph out.
I left
Yeah,
it. He's the greatest shooter of all
But
time.
if I'm still choosing Dame over Steph if Steph was in there.
Okay, there you go.
I would too.
It's between Reggie Miller and Dame. Reggie's been in so many big time moments, and has come up very clutch.
Oh, of course I know.
So, history wise, I'm going Reggie Miller, but in terms of relevancy and for my era, I'm going Dame. Big time, man. Big shot, Dame. Dame is not afraid to take that shot, and he's hit them since the bubble, before the bubble.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going Dame.
I'm going to make this quick. I'm going Dame too, and I love what you said. I kind of left Steph out because I wanted to maybe drop it down just one quarter of a tier. I mean, these guys are all GOATs, right? These are Mount Rushmore guys for shooters or thereabouts. But Steph's the greatest shooter of all time. So I just wanted to go with some different names. But Steph's the greatest shooter of all time. Who would I rather have on my team, right? Overall, I'd rather have Steph than Dame. But last shot of the game, if our season's on the line or game's on the line, whatever, I want Dame taking that shot. He's made me say, oh my God, more than, and Reggie Miller is number 2 on that list for me. You're like, oh, he did it again, that kind of thing, right? Like Durant's got some of those moments, LeBron's got some of those moments, but Dame and Reggie have like a wing of their house full of those moments. So I say Dame. Dame, Ray Allen, Klay Thompson, Reggie Miller, last shot.
100% Dame. I'm gonna go with Dame time. I'm gonna keep it quick. You guys said it all. So
Short and sweet.
yeah.
Not Hallie time, it's Dame time, isn't
It's
it?
Dame time.
It's Reggie Miller all day, every day for me.
Okay.
Because he's done it against the GOAT.
I was hoping one of us
He
would
did
say
it
Reggie.
against Michael Jordan in the biggest moments on the biggest platforms. The only reason Reggie Miller didn't get to the finals was because of Michael Jordan. But I can guarantee you Michael Jordan was sweating because of Reggie Miller. I've seen Reggie do it time and time again. Reggie spoke on it. Reggie wants that moment. He give me the ball. He is running around. He was Steph Curry before Steph Curry. You couldn't guard him because he could take you off the dribble, but he also knew how to run the spots the same way we see Steph doing it now. And that's why I'll take Reggie. And it's no slight to the other 3 players on your list. It's just that I saw him do it against Michael Jordan and not be fearful at all. He would miss a shot, come back again, knock it down. The infamous, or you want to call it famous, push off.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. He knew who was guarding
He
him.
brought the fight to him, man.
He didn't care. It's Reggie Miller all day, every day, because he came up big when it mattered. And the only reason he didn't get over the hump was because of who was guarding him, Michael Jordan. Give me Reggie Miller all day, every day.
We got 3 Dames and we got 1 Reggie. What says A.M. Pfeffer?
You got 2 Reggies.
Oh!
Absolutely. Dwight, you're right. Reggie all day. And here's the thing that I think a lot of people forget. Reggie was a killer
Yes,
as
he was.
well. He was
Yes,
a
he
dog.
was.
He was a killer.
Yes.
And I like to talk to the young people watching the show every once in a while. Like, go back if you can and learn about Reggie Miller. One of the biggest shit talkers the NBA
No
has
doubt.
ever seen, and backed
No
it
doubt.
up time and time again. What he did to my heart so many times as a Knicks fan, how he didn't care going up against Jordan in Chicago, and plethora of other opportunities. Dame time, awesome, loved it. You're right. You don't like Damian Lillard. don't ever
Right.
shout at me. Like,
No
love
slide, no slide.
love Dame time. But
Come
like Reggie Miller. I'm giving Reggie Miller the ball at the end of the game every time.
Let me just add. I think that what separates them, why I would go with Dame, is Dame create his own shot. I've never seen it.
Yeah,
It's
Reggie
usually
can
he's
shoot.
running around screens and has to get the ball
Reggie
that
can
way.
shoot.
He's not like ISO. Dame can get his own shot, step back. I don't even think they were doing step backs back then from 3-point line. So that's why I would get the ball with Dame.
He's got quite a bit deeper bag. I think,
Yeah.
than Reggie.
He does.
Question:
Yeah.
the greatness of Reggie Miller. Why don't we hear him in top 5 shooting guards?
He is
Talk
shooting guards or shooter.
shooting guards because that's the position, right?
D
It's the
Wade,
championships.
Kobe.
Yeah, but AI don't have one.
Yeah.
Team.
No, but Reggie's better than AI and those guys as far.
No, and James Harden, but they
for
no.
me,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me.
okay, yeah, but in the list is always MJ, Kobe,
Yep,
D Wade,
yep.
James Harden, or AI could
It's
be
what
switched.
it's what Cam and Doctor said. He didn't have a deeper bag than those guys. Those guys had deeper bags, but we're literally just
But-
having a conversation about who do you want taking the last.
Oh no, I'm just
shot.
saying, but
Yeah,
no.
No,
I'm-
he's taking it somewhere else.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm just
why
thinking
doesn't
Reggie's
Reggie
a-
get
I think
more
he's-
credit?
he's
I
like-
think
he's
Reggie's
like-
a hell of a shooting guard. Like,
he's-
but he
He's
gets
like
he's a
tier
top-
2
to me,
with
he's-
Ray Allen.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Ray
Okay,
Allen.
yeah,
Okay.
he's
okay.
And Ray Allen had more of
Reggie's
a
a
bag.
top 10 shooting guard of all time. I used to have this written out, and I did rankings for all of the 5 positions. Reggie was like 8, 9, or 10.
Okay.
And I'm not saying like you might have him in your top 5 if you did it. It was Jordan, Kobe, Wade, West, and I think I might have gone Iverson next, maybe Ray Allen. But then Klay Thompson somewhere in my top 10. But Reggie Miller might be 6. I can't
I
remember.
mean,
But
Brady is. I mean, Vince Carter too. I mean, I didn't win anything, but
Reggie's better.
Who, by the way, who has the greatest winning shot of all time? Like who in your mind? To me, it's so funny because I look at the list up here and it's like my mind, like it was hard not to keep going back to Ray Allen. Like that shot in the Heat game was like the greatest shot.
Yes, it's great. Yeah.
It's probably the greatest shot ever, at least in my mind it is.
Right.
But it's still, I'm not going to Ray. I'm going to Reggie.
But a lot went into Ray's shot. It was the offensive rebound, was the kick out.
Can I answer that?
He made the shot.
Yeah.
But in terms of
Oh my God.
To me, the dopest shot, the best shot of all time, like was when Dame in Portland beat OKC. And he's waving goodbye, and then he is mobbed by his team, and he has the flat
face.
face.
Looks
Yep.
at the camera.
I mean, come on, dude!
Yeah.
It's the coldest thing ever.
Did you see who he dapped up later on? They had a video. Nico Harrison.
What?
Nico Harrison. Yep.
Yeah.
After he hit all of it, Nico
Yeah.
Harris was on
Are
the
you
sideline.
serious?
Dapped him. It was-
He was,
I just seen
Nico
the
was
video
with
today.
Nike at the time,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Big
yeah, but
guy.
Dame is not a Nike guy.
Aha.
He's not a Nike guy.
Politics.
He's
Ah,
not.
shoot politics.
Mhm.
But to me, he's won 2 playoff series on buzzer beater walk-offs. Like, I mean, so if him and Jordan are like at a dinner or something, he goes, "You never did that." Like
And then
he's
Jordan
got
gonna
that
do
on
this.
Jordan. He doesn't have probably. What's that?
Jordan gonna do this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't did this either, brother.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
10
That's funny.
scoring titles. 10.
Wow.
Dude, right? 10.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. 10 scoring titles. Okay, let's talk dunk contest. I just want, who had the better dunks? Carter Bryant or Kashad Johnson? And shout out to Kashad Johnson, the dancing, and I mean, living his best life. And I mean, look, we knew who Kashad Johnson was. Barely?
I didn't.
Barely. But now, hoop heads all over the world know who could. I mean, look at this right here, guys. This is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
It's not a takeoff from the free throw line, but look at that, man.
Oh, it's nice. That was one of his best dunks. But he did some mid stuff.
So what do you and I know that he won the
All did some
competition.
good stuff.
He won the
Yeah.
competition. Carter Bryant obviously was very, very close. He missed that last dunk, and things kind of went haywire for him there, and so he ultimately lost. But I think the better debate here is like, who had the better dunks, Bryant or Johnson?
Well, Carter Bryant was like body type, the way he looks when he dunks,
Mhm.
and then he proved that in the game. But it came down to the last dunk. He just couldn't get it. He couldn't execute the dunk. That's why he lost. Everybody was hoping that he won because of all the dunks he had done in the past. It just looked like he was a better winner
Mhm.
for this. People said that your guy, who's the guy that won, Kashad Johnson.
Yeah, Kashad Johnson.
Johnson was more dancing than dunking. But I was happy he won. He's a California guy. he looked good dunking, but when you compare it upon the plethora of players that we've seen, and we've been kind of spoiled, it just didn't cut the mustard for me. It didn't meet it.
It was real mid, wasn't it?
Very.
I know you love that word.
Very.
B-Dot, who had better dunks, Carter Bryant or Keshad Johnson?
I mean, from the highlights, I'm guessing Keshawn Johnson. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I mean, but at the end of the day,
You were influencing. You are influencing.
But at the end of the day, it's like, what can we expect from these guys? They don't practice these dunks like, my guy, Everybody Hates Chris, or, these world-renowned dunkers. So it's every dunk contest we're going to go into, we're going to be disappointed, no matter if Ja Morant joins, no matter if Anthony Edwards joins, no matter if
Why would we just be disappointed if those guys are in?
Because we've already seen these dunks. There's no dunks that they can do, and they're not going to. Only person that's really practicing with professional dunkers and actually completing them is Mac McClung. All the dunks we've seen, post dunk contest, what Mac McClung would have done, are dunks that these professional dunkers do, and he works with them. My guy Chuck from Flight Brothers, he actually goes in with these guys, has these professional dunkers come, show them how to do the dunk, but they're not practicing 100 times a day, So I don't want to say get rid of the dunk contest, but for the question, we'll go with Johnson. But at the end of the day, we're never going to be impressed with the dunk contest because we've seen everything these celebrity dunkers in and go from there. At the end of the day, we just need to do a 3v3 and call it a day. And it doesn't need to be 3v3 with the superstars. It should be 3v3 with the all-stars that were borderline to make the all-star game. Let's go ahead and throw them in the 3v3. You feel me? Like, because that protects their brand. Because if you lose, it's not just on you.
Mm-hmm.
And I got this idea from my guy, Gowie, that kid Gowie. He's a personality on social media, really great personality and all. He was saying that 1v1, these superstars aren't going to do it because pride. It's not like the WNBA and the rival. These women, they're working to get more, get seen more. Yeah, of course. But it's these select guys. But at the end of the day, I think do a 3v3 with almost all stars, that didn't get a chance to make it, like a LaMelo, like a Dylan Brooks, or if a superstar wants to play in them, why not? But overall, yeah, we'll just go with Johnson for the question.
Okay, Carter Bryant or Keshad Johnson, who had the better jams?
Didn't Carter? He was the only one who had a 150-point dunk, right? Like everybody agreed on that. Yeah. I saw that. Like that was kind of like it. Like I saw the highlights of the. A.M. Pfeffer won the dunk contest because I didn't have to watch it.
I like it.
But Carter Bryant, just to take some just go a little opposite. Carter Bryant had better dunks. Everybody, that's how I feel about it.
Keshad Johnson had the better dunks. I just think when you add the flair to it, I think it's about style points too, and it's based on emotion, how the dunk and the individual makes you feel. So I think Keshad brought both of that as opposed to Carter Bryant. Carter Bryant may have had the only 50, and maybe the attempts might have looked better from Carter Bryant, if you understand what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But the overall package, I think that's why Keshad had the better dunks. And ultimately, he won the competition simply based on that. Listen, that was nice.
Yeah, that was hot.
But at the same time, the dunk that won Keshad Johnson the competition, to go through the legs, to have to bend your head under the basket, and to complete the dunk on the other side, it's not as easy as it looks. Mm-hmm. And I want to speak to Dot's point about the influences on what has spoiled the dunk contest for us.
Other than LeBron?
Besides that. But what has spoiled it for us, because there are professional dunkers out there that do it on YouTube, we now expect the NBA players to do it. And because we've seen those dunks before, there really isn't much more for us to sort of wet our whistle when it comes to a dunk contest. So it's very difficult. Yes, I understand that we want to see the name players do the dunk contest, but even if they were to do the regular dunks, I'm not sure if it really would uplift the contest, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I just think because we've seen them all with all these influencers, those influencers are better dunkers than the guys in the NBA now. There's a kid from Canada. I went to the All-Star game in 2016 in Toronto. Jordan
Killagon. Yeah.
He is tremendous
in jeans too.
in person. doing it in
He said in jeans.
Yeah.
doing all that kind of stuff. That if you really want to uplift the contest, have one for the influencers. Then we'll be talking about them forever because they work on those dunks. That's how they get paid. That's how they get views on YouTube and on social media overall. So it's tough. But again, Keshad Johnson deserved it to me because of the flair that he added to it. He's my answer.
Yeah.
He's my answer.
I'm going to go Carter Bryant. I thought there was more thrust, athleticism, a little bit more creativity. I thought Keshad Johnson was smart. He kept it kind of meat and potatoes. There wasn't, just execute. And I think Carter Bryant lost that on that last dunk. Vince Carter came over to him. The crowd starting to swell. I think it kind of jolted him a little bit, and it just threw him off, and he never recovered, and ended up. And when he was hanging from the rim, he's like, "I just lost the dunk contest. I just lost the dunk contest." I felt bad for the kid, but I thought he did have better dunks than Keshad. Chris Paul is retired from the NBA. Apparently, Chris Paul pissed off the entire league. Okay, to the point where the league just said, no, we will no longer do business with you. I still think he has a high-level backup game right now, like Carmelo Anthony did in the league. Don't get me started. Like that, tragic how the league treated Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah,
collectively, he still had a 6th man of the year ability in him. Remember Portland, LA, 15 a game off the beat. Dude was killing it, man. Hitting clutch shot after clutch shot after clutch. Mello, we love you out here. I want you to go first on this one. And you can frame it however you want, whether you base it on resume or career or just eye test. Who would you want running your team? But I don't want to ask, is Chris Paul a top 5 point guard? I want to ask Chris Paul versus Russell Westbrook. Who you got? And it can be painted and framed however you want, but I want to put those two dudes against each other. They played against each other. Do you think Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook are getting together?
You want me to go first?
No, I'm going to go to AM. I'm just asking you a quick question.
Okay.
Do you think Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook are having dinner next week? You think they're going to each other's barbecues?
I don't think so, but they're both in LA, sort of, kind of. So I think they might be at an event together.
I don't think they have personal vendetta against each other.
They don't? Okay, so
now Rondo, now that's different.
Yeah. Okay, so that was a bad attempt at a joke. AM Pfeffer, please go. Westbrook or Paul?
All right, I'm going to flex my knowledge a little bit here, right? So, I love this question. I think we all are, right? We're talking point guards all time. So, Magic, Steph, right? Oscar.
Keep going.
Isaiah.
That's my top 4.
Yeah, I think all of them.
It's pretty chalky.
For the most part, that's
pretty
right?
chalky.
So, all of a sudden, there comes this debate, who slips into 5?
Yep.
Okay? And in my mind, there's 4 guys that I'm going back and forth with. Who's in the 5th position? But you know who's not in my mind of those 4 guys? Russell Westbrook. Chris Paul absolutely is one of those 4 guys. That's in my mind. And but interestingly enough, Jerry West, for the most part, percentage-wise, played more point guard than he did shooting guard. So he's this weird, he's a combo guard, he's a shooting guard, point guard. So everybody,
but he's on everybody's shooting guard list.
But he's actually number 5 on point guard because of the percentages, and he is that good and he slips into there. But Chris Paul's right below him. You know what I'm saying? It's so interesting, and Steve Nash starts to creep in there a little bit, right?
Kid Stockton.
Kid. By the way, I was about to say Kid in Stockton. So Westbrook to me is somewhere between 8 to 10. He's a top 10 point guard all time, unquestionably. He's a Hall of Famer, and I'm not just talking Naismith Hall of Fame, and we've had this debate before. He's a true Hall of Famer. Stamp it. He's in there for sure. Chris Paul is my answer.
Dr. X, Chris Paul or Russell Westbrook, again, frame it however you want.
In terms of a point guard or just as a player?
It could be resume, it could be eye test, could be gut test, could just be who you like more. But I think
it's you. What you think?
I mean, as a point guard, as a pure point guard, I like Chris Paul because Chris Paul also has that dog in him too.
Oh, for sure.
And he also knows how to, galvanize his teammates and get the numbers as well. And then efficiency in shooting is probably what really sets him apart. Not that Chris Paul was like, a really knockdown 3-point shooter, but when he was with Houston, that's what he did. He could adjust to that. And then defensively, always one of the top steal leaders as well. Westbrook, everything about Westbrook I like, and I like that he still takes the tough shots. It just seems like in end of game situations, there's too many moments where we're like, don't fuck it up. And then, but at least he tries. At least
Especially back in the Durant days in OKC, right?
Yeah, but he's not scared of the moment.
No.
So I'm okay with that. And to me, it's really the coaching, the players that are on the floor to uplift him, because the whole game, Westbrook is helping that team even be in position. So that's why I'm not even mad at it. But if I had to pick one, I'm gonna go with Chris Paul.
All right, so we got 2 Chris Pauls here. Dwight, do we have 3?
Yeah, this is a very murky question for me, because I think it's aesthetics, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Mm-hmm.
The better point guard is Chris Paul. But if you look at the statistics overall, that 6-year span for Russell Westbrook, where 4 of those 6 years, he averaged a triple-double. It's hard to deny those years by Russell Westbrook. Chris Paul never came close to accomplishing that. The knock for Chris Paul, and again, I'm going with Chris Paul, but the knock on Chris Paul is that for as great as he was, he never got his team over the hump. And I always had an issue with that, because not everybody's going to win, right? And Chris Paul's, his leadership qualities, for as great as they were for his career, that might have come back to bite him in his behind as to why he was so unceremoniously dismissed by the Clippers. For whatever we heard out in the public eye, it must have been 100 times worse for the Clippers to just, for Ty Lue and Lawrence Frank, just to say, be gone.
Yep.
Right? But so he could be brash, he could be in your face, it could be tough. It's tough love, but ultimately it's about winning. So again, from a point guard perspective, I have Chris Paul all day, every day. But it's murky because of what Russell Westbrook was able to accomplish in terms of averaging a triple-double, a 6'4" point guard, to be the most athletic point guard. Kevin Johnson's in that conversation as well. But the most athletic point guard to ever play in the NBA, definitely Russell Westbrook. But from a purist perspective, I'm going to give the edge to Chris Paul. No question about it.
Great answer so far, and I anticipate another one here. Chris Paul or Russell Westbrook? Is it 4 for 4 Chris Paul?
Something I used to talk about was like players that will be able to go to different teams and automatically make them contenders or get them into the playoff. And the only person was LeBron James and Chris Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Every team LeBron has went to, he's made them contenders and got them into the playoffs. Every team Chris Paul has played, no matter what the trade, he has turned them into contenders. The OKC team, SGA wasn't SGA yet. And to the playoffs, that Houston Rockets team, that LA Clippers team. Granted, he didn't get over the hump.
Yeah.
Because it was injuries, almost that happened to him every time. I remember.
Yeah, the Suns is the best example.
The Suns right then and there, and to the finals, And I was able to, some years back, almost probably like 10 years ago, I got invited to a D Wade and Gabrielle Union dinner party. And Chris Wade, LeBron, Matt Barnes, Caron Butler was there, and I was able to be a fly on the wall. And Chris Paul was saying, he was like, one of the hardest things to do as a point guard is to lead a team to a championship as a point guard. He said, when is the last time you've seen a finals MVP as a point guard? Chauncey Billups, Tony Parker.
Wow.
Wow. Not really perennial names, before Steph Curry. And he was saying, yeah, Magic, but this is to my point. He was saying, when the playoffs come, it's condensed and it's about efficiency. He said, you want to be able to take the best high percentage shot ever. And out of these all years, these finals MVPs, he's been guys 6, 7 and up. They're able to get it on that block or get an easier high percentage shot. Your Iguodala's, your LeBron, He was like, as a point guard, it's tough to do that. He was saying, I'm only 6 feet. He said, I have no help. This is when he's playing with the Clippers. He said, the only person that can bring the ball up is Jamal Crawford. He said, literally, other than that, no, I'm bringing the ball up. I'm guarding the best defender at 5'11".
Yeah.
And I'm a Russell Westbrook diehard fan. That's my favorite player of all time. But if we're talking about winning and effectiveness of the game and winning, Chris Paul, hands down, that New Orleans Hornets team, right?
Yeah, with David West.
David West,
the 17-foot assassin.
Like, come on now, like,
I love
man,
that
CP is a GOAT at the point guard. Easily be arguably, top 5, top 6. And I want to give my flowers to CP3. And I'm a diehard Rondo fan, and I'm a diehard Westbrook fan.
I love me some Rondo.
Chris Paul, we have to respect his winning. Every team he's going to, he has taken them. The Suns were nothing.
Yeah.
And they added Chris Paul, and now they had a chance to win the finals. So
to your point, Don, I was having arguments on group chats that, forget about the statistics. Chris Paul, to me, was the MVP that season for what he did with the Phoenix Suns.
Mm-hmm.
They hadn't gone to the playoffs for 10 straight seasons. Chris Paul comes into the fold. They got to the finals, man. And if not for the heroics of Giannis Antetokounmpo, they might have won that year.
Yep.
They should have won that year,
Mm-hmm.
right? To not go to the playoffs for 10 straight seasons, and then for Chris Paul to simply be inserted in, right? Oklahoma City, we thought he was going to get bought out. They finished that season. Why? Chris Paul. So leadership is a huge thing. No matter how brash he was, his leadership was paramount to the success he had over his NBA career.
And I thought he was going to get it done that year when he hit that game-winning shot against the Spurs.
The Spurs.
But ended up hurting himself as hitting the game.
No, he was already hurt. He was
Okay.
basically on one leg when he made that shot.
Yeah.
Chris Paul has had some iconic moments, man, some serious
And
moments.
don't forget, they would have eliminated the Warriors potentially.
Had he not hurt his
when he was with
hamstring.
Houston. I mean, we were at that event. Remember?
Yep. So yeah. Shout out to Chris Paul.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you guys my answer in a minute here. I'm looking something up here. The year that Paul was in the MVP running, because I a lot of concerts, you know what I mean? So I got to try to remember this. But I want to say that Joel Embiid, it was one of his MVP seasons. One of them, he only won one. Okay, so I'm going to go to that year, and I think this was the Chris Paul year. Where is MVP? Nah, so I'm wrong. All right, I'll move on and just give you the answer here. Russ, you're about to catch a nasty L in here. Okay, it ain't going down like that. Okay, it's 4-1, Paul versus Russ. But Russ, you're not getting shut out. Okay, I got you. Guys, Russell freaking Westbrook averaged a triple-double 4 out of 5 years. He averaged a triple-double on the Washington Wizards. They're not a punchline. I get no laugh for that. Okay, that's fine. We'll keep it moving here. But I'm a huge fan of the triple-double. Magic Johnson's my favorite player. When I invented fantasy basketball, I put a little loophole in to extra benefit triple doubles. Help me win a chip the first time. I got Magic Johnson. So I'm obsessed with triple doubles. I love triple doubles. Who is it? Ricky Davis who threw the rebound off? I mean, it's a triple double, man. It's a triple double. That cracked me up. So shout out to Ricky Davis, man. Hey, Ricky, LeBron's still pissed at you, man. LeBron's still pissed. He wants you out. Get out of here, man. Man, LeBron, he went. He punted him, dude. He punted Ricky Davis. Russell Westbrook, MVP, scoring champ, leading the league in assists. Like, not all in the same year. But Chris Paul hasn't done that. Chris Paul hasn't won MVP. Chris Paul hasn't led the league in scoring. Obviously, he's led the league in assists many times. That's a super impressive combo for me. Same with James Harden, right? MVP, led the league in scoring, led the league in assists. That's very, very freaking impressive to me. But the bottom line is, guys, it's stats.
Yeah.
All the points you're making are true. Who would I rather have? Like, if I wanted a traditional point guard, who would I rather have? Chris Paul. But like, just overall, without putting that sort of niche on it, so Russell Westbrook is the greatest rebounding guard of all time.
Yep.
He's the most athletic
Yep.
point guard of all time. I think he's the GOAT of playing hard in NBA history. And to me, it's between him and Dennis Rodman. And Jordan and Kobe, they certainly are very, very high on that list. But Westbrook and Rodman were just freakazoids of effort and energy, man. They never don't have energy. They're never not playing fast. They're never not hustling. Every single minute of every game they ever played, they're hustling, diving on the floor. I love that. And I'll cap it with this. My Mount Rushmore of stat guys all time, just stats. And that's not even all stars and all NBAs, just the stats. Wilt Chamberlain, of course. Have you guys ever seen a historical stat graphic that did not have Wilt Chamberlain on it?
No, they all.
He's on every single.
He's on every one of them.
Yeah.
Every one of them. Nikola Jokic is on the Mount Rushmore of stat guys. Russell Westbrook is on the Mount Rushmore of stat guys, and LeBron James is on the Mount Rushmore of stat guys for me. And so, you know, and by the way, to your top 5 point, because I did the calculation of 5 and I didn't flesh out 6 through 10. But Russ is my 5.
Okay.
Again, so like the 4's pretty chalky, and then the debate starts, I believe, and I think a lot of us believe, at 5. And we've had that debate here on the show, but Russ is my 5-point guard of all time.
Who's your top 5 quarterbacks of all time?
Quarterbacks?
Yeah, just real quickly, top 5.
Brady, Montana, Peyton, Rodgers, and I'm going to go with Favre.
Why not Dan Marino?
No rings.
Okay.
And so I see what you're going to do here with Russ. He's got no rings. I see
You
what
trying to set up
you're
Rick, man? You trying to set up
No.
Rick?
I
Trap door.
Stat-wise, Dan is
right?
I love it. I love
Just
it.
open the jaws, get the bear right in there, man.
stat-wise, Dan Marino
but
is top 10 in everything.
Agreed. Aaron Rodgers has, pardon me. Aaron Rodgers has better counting numbers and like 4 MVPs, and Marino won 1 MVP.
Wait, Mahomes isn't on your top 5 or 6 yet?
Yeah, good point on that. I got to put Mahomes. Good point on that. I got to put Mahomes. I'm going to put him at 4.
He's on the Rushmore.
I'm going to put him at 4. So then Rodgers is 5 for me. Sorry, Pat Mahomes. I just thank you, but I forgot about Mahomes. Probably because of last year. Like he anesthetized me last year. I don't know. Pat, wake me back up. But yeah, Mahomes would be 4. And I want to put him above Peyton, but I can't, because Peyton's counting number is like 3rd in yards, 2nd in touchdowns, or something like that. And Pat just hasn't played long enough. He's through his career right now. But he does have 3 rings and 3 MVPs or whatever it is. So yeah, I'd put Mahomes at 4.
You taking Dan Marino over Brett Favre?
No.
I know Brett got 1.
And I'm not taking, and Favre had like 3 MVPs. I'm not taking Marino over Favre, either career-wise, statistically, throwing the ball, leadership, clutch, vibe. I'm taking Favre over Marino pretty much across the board. What do you guys think about that?
Who are you taking?
I like it.
Marino on your
I
top
like a
5?
list.
Do I have Marino in my top 5?
So is your list simply based on championships?
And
Because Marino's better than Brett Favre as far in terms of quarterbacking.
I disagree with that,
Okay.
but it's super debatable. Super debatable. Dan Marino is one of the greatest throwers. He's on my Mount Rushmore of arm talent, and that's Mahomes, Rodgers, Stafford, and Marino. And it kind of sucks not to put Elway on that list, but he's probably 5.
You taking Elway over Aikman?
Yeah.
Oh, big time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know we can go back to
Yeah,
basketball. I was just, it was,
No, I
I
love
was
that
thinking about
stuff.
stats, and I'm thinking like,
Yeah.
okay,
I got
one of the
that.
greatest
I got
quarterbacks
that.
of all time.
But that-
I'm like,
stat-wise,
fuck
and
football.
Where do we put him in the top?
Bro,
It's over.
come here 1 second. He tried to get me over
Hey,
there.
hey,
He tried to get me.
He
I'm
did.
not trying to give me.
It was like Looney Tunes up in here. He
Don
was just
trying
like
to give me.
hungry.
I don't get to be
food
here
over
that
here.
much. I don't get to
Because
be
I
in
saw
person.
when he pointed it, I was like, all right, I see you.
Yeah, the
I don't
carrot
get to
with
be in
little
studio
box.
as much, you know.
The
So I
box, the
gotta
stick.
bring the ammo. I don't get to be in
You are the
studio.
man. You are the man, Doc. You are the man. Because I'm like, yeah, Russ, no chips. And when you think about the point guards in that discussion, Stockton, no rings.
Yep.
Paul, no rings. Westbrook, no rings. Kidd got 1, and I'm not trying to diminish it, right? But and then Peyton got 1. Okay, so maybe that does separate them slightly. Because I mean their resumes are obviously just
National rings, but 2
elegant.
MVPs.
Yeah, right. That's
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Okay, let's look ahead to the second half a little bit. What I want to know is, and Dwight, you first on this. Are you still picking OKC to win it all? Okay, like coming into the season, yeah, OKC, of course, they're winning 5 championships in a row, blah, 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 blah. Pardon my French, shit has gone haywire for the Oklahoma City Thunder since 24-1. Injury after injury after injury. They've been rather mid since the 24-1 start. So are you still picking them to win it all?
They're the favorite to win it. They're not as dominant as last season. I think injuries have taken its toll. I think physically they're fatigued. I think mentally they're fatigued, although they are one of the younger teams still currently in the NBA. To play until June, to get off to the start that they did this year, to start the season, then the injuries hit. And now, ever since that hot start, they've been a mid team. They've come back to the pack. Again, the Thunder are the favorite, but the NBA championship is wide open. It's the parity in the NBA is extremely evident. This goes back to our Timberwolves conversation. They're very much in the mix. I'm not saying they're going to win a championship, but I would not be surprised if the Thunder don't win it this season. The one team, and it's the pretty obvious answer here, that is the Oklahoma City Thunder's kryptonite, are the San Antonio Spurs. The proof is in the pudding. They've beaten them 4 out of 5 times this season. Yes, one of the games, all of the stars on the Thunder did not play. But the reality is, in 3 of those wins, they were at full strength. And the Spurs, Jalen Williams said it in his post-game press conference. What separates you guys right now from the San Antonio Spurs? They have that guy who's 7'5". His name is Victor Wembanyama. If he's healthy, he is the separator. He is the difference maker. Their championship aspirations have been expedited because of Victor Wembanyama. That's why I keep on saying the 2 players in the NBA that impact winning the most are Nikola Jokic and Victor Wembanyama. And if there's one team that could beat the Thunder in a playoff series, I know they lack playoff experience. The Spurs are going to be heard from in the Western Conference. The Thunder are the favorite, but they're not as dominant as they were last season. I think the NBA championship is wide open on both coasts.
Are you still picking OKC to win it all? Or did you have Knicks winning the championship coming into the year?
I did not have the Knicks
Okay.
winning the championship.
Okay.
And that's why I felt like there needed to be either a tweak, as Dwight's point was all season, versus getting Giannis. And the only reason why I was on the Giannis bandwagon for a bit was because if the goal was just to get to the finals and know you have no chance to win the finals, it was a lost season to me. So I was like, you might as well just go get Giannis and start building around him right now, getting that culture. Don't waste a year, don't lose a season. That was the only reason. But I would pick to do that move then. But I always had OKC winning, and I'm glad that the tweak happened for the Knicks, because now I feel like they have the depth. I think they have one of the best starting 5s in the NBA, and then now they have a good bench, and now they have the culture, they have the toughness they need to at least battle with Detroit. I feel like they could beat anybody in the East as well as anybody in the West in a 7-game series. Will they have the best record at this season? No. Will they be the best? Will they be the number 1 seed in the East or even the number 2 seed in the East? No. But I think in a 7-game series, everything's in a vacuum, everything's shrunken down, scouting reports are out, you have time to game plan. I got the Knicks potentially winning it all. And notice I said potentially winning it all because there's 2 teams. I think if we were matched up against Denver, I had us in the beginning of the year beating Denver with the team from the beginning of the year. Now with this team, I still have them beating Denver. Only team I don't have them beating is OKC, and I think we could beat the Spurs, but it'd be tough because they got dogs, and they, as you said, they got that alien on the other side. So all in all, I got the Knicks winning it all. OKC would be the team that we're not ducking any smoke, but that'd be the team. That'd be the hardest matchup for us.
I am no longer picking Oklahoma City to win it all. And I've been off for a month or so. When J-Dub got hurt again, right? You come into the season hurt. And then not really playing all that well, right? And I mean, he's a terrific player, but the wrist surgery and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, it's just been a really weird year for Jalen Williams. And then he got hurt again, and Hartenstein's missing games, Caruso's missing games, Dort's missing games, AJ Mitchell's missing games. Now Shea's hurt. Okay, how hurt is Shea? I mean, he's out indefinitely, guys.
Yeah,
abdominal strains are tricky,
and it's an abdominal strain. Okay, they're certainly not going to rush him back at all. He's going to have to be 110% before they clear him. And I anticipate Shea missing a lot of games here in the second half, and it's going to make the MVP situation very interesting because Jokic is probably not going to play the right amount of games. If Wemby gets hurt one more time, I think he can miss 3 or 4 more games.
I think Jokic got one more.
And Jokic has one more. That they're likely not going to be eligible, which will really shoot Cade and Jaylen Brown and guys like that to the top because they've got great attendance. But what I know is you can't just lollygag through a season and cruise control through a season and all the spare parts and your guys are never together. You're not getting any continuity, any chemistry, any momentum, right? And then like the Clippers always used to say with Kawhi and Paul George, you played 37 games, you played 29 games, no worries. Just be healthy for the playoffs and we'll go kick ass and take names. Can't do that.
No.
Meet me in the playoffs. That strategy's never worked for any NBA team. Okay.
Yeah.
It just hasn't. So I don't think OKC will flip a switch, make it all right again. I don't. So, and I think OKC would still beat most West teams in a 7-game series. But Houston has been a pain in the ass for Oklahoma City this year, guys. Like right there, toe-to-toe in the ring, not giving an inch. Games go to overtime. I think Houston could beat them in a 7-gamer. I don't think Minnesota could because Ant is a
part-time killer.
And Shea is a
full-time killer.
Bingo! Ding, 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 ding,
with
ding.
An abdominal strain.
But I'll get it, Dad. I'm gonna get it to you now. But I've got the Spurs winning the West. Their time is now for me. I don't because they got that guy, and that guy is a psychopath. He's a maniac. Mm-hmm. That Wemby cat's a serial killer, you guys.
Yeah.
He's getting pissed about losing All-Star game stuff.
Slender Man, right? Is that the name?
Yeah, Slender Man. So this guy, right? I mean, he's got, the guys that were able to will their teams to victory, right? It's a very select few guys that can do that, right? That mofo is one of those guys. And Jalen Brunson's going to get the Knicks to the finals. And Doc, I've got a 2-year prediction for you guys. A 2-year, not 1, 2. The Knicks are going to beat the Spurs this year.
Ooh,
you guys are finally going to taste that champagne.
You know what? I was feeling this hoodie today. I was like, you know what? I'm going to wear this. I wasn't even planning on it. I was like, I'm going to wear this.
55-year, whatever the hell it is.
I felt it bubbling up, man.
It's going to go back to
be one of our.
It's going to go back to. It's going to go back to Frazier and Monroe and the Busher and all those cats. Okay, I'm telling you. But here's the 2-year thing. Yeah. The Knicks are going to get the Spurs this year.
Yeah.
Because of experience.
Yep.
And Wemby is going to beat the Knicks next year. I've already got it plotted out.
So can I ask my cousin a question?
Okay, no. OKC's dynasty is over. They're never winning this. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But the Knicks and the Spurs for me, they got it right now because they got the 2 best killers in the league right now in Brunson and Wemby.
So my cousin, as y'all know, is the biggest New York Knicks fan that I know. If the Knicks do go on to win the championship this season, do you still go out big game hunting and want Giannis Antetokounmpo?
No. And I don't think he'd want to come to our squad because he wouldn't want that tag. Like, when KD lost and then he joined a winning team, it actually made it easier for him to join the Warriors because the Warriors lost that year. I don't think KD would have joined them. But if the Knicks win, I don't think they do it, number one, because they just don't want to break up that core, and they would just do another tweak. Like maybe they add a Sadiq Bey now, and now you have that guy come with the bench. So he's like our Naz Reid. So if Cat don't want to show up one day, put in Sadiq Bey. But I think
he's been wanting Sadiq Bey for 6 months.
Yeah, but lastly, I would just have a conversation with Giannis off the record. Maybe the players have to have that conversation so there's no fines. no tampering or whatever. But I would say to him, look, when you become a free agent, let someone rent you, or you stay with the Bucks. You just come to the Knicks, and we'll make the numbers work. That's what I would do.
So the reason why I asked you wanted Antetokounmpo at the deadline. So now because the Knicks won, you're good.
I already explained my whole thought process from the beginning of the season.
No, I get that. So I mean, listen.
You ain't gonna trap door me, cuz.
It is a trap door. It is a trap door because I mean, obviously,
well, you're Wile E. Coyote.
All of us want our teams to win, but ultimately he was willing to break up the roster to get Antetokounmpo just 3 weeks ago. But if the Knicks go on to win, he don't want him no more. Make it make sense to me.
I was cool with the tweet after the team meeting, and they started responding to that, and then defensively they started responding.
So it was
holding teams. No, the action showed that the movie worked, but holding teams to below 100, good teams, and to the point where even executives are saying, as well as head coaches in the Eastern Conference, are saying that the Knicks are the best team. However, they didn't say best team in the East or the league, but they're a force to be reckoned with.
Plus the additions of Alvarado and Sohan.
Yeah,
and Sohan, absolutely.
So if the Knicks lose in the Eastern Conference Finals, you want Antetokounmpo?
I don't know. I'm okay with a tweak because honestly, Giannis just needs to get through another season. He's a free agent. I think he should just be whoever gets him next year should be either a rental.
Not a free agent.
No. I'm saying after next season. So he just needs to be a rental next season.
Okay.
And then after that, let him just be, choose where he wants to go. Hopefully it is the Knicks. And I think
so ultimately it's about winning. If the Knicks win, screw it.
It's always about winning, right?
Of course.
He's not from New York. He wasn't raised in New York. I mean, we gave him, looked out for his brother. We drafted Giannis Antetokounmpo in the hopes of landing Giannis Antetokounmpo one day.
I just want to drive home the point.
Gave him his first job.
I want to drive home the point. 2 weeks ago, you wanted to gut the roster for him. That's all I want on tape.
I didn't say gut the roster.
Yeah, okay.
I never said gut the roster.
Okay.
I never said gut the roster.
He never said gut the roster.
I would never want the roster ever to be
gutted.
gutted.
Quite say gut the roster.
Yeah. But that makes no sense.
That's the only way you were getting them.
That's what you hear. You just no.
That's the only way you were getting them. So that's all I want to say.
Excellent.
But that's why we don't have them. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
B-Dot, are you still picking OKC to win it all this year?
The difference between OKC and Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, these guys have been playing together for the last 3 years. So the chemistry is no matter who is injured. Rather be injured now than be injured April, June. And they're still a very competitive team when they are injured. They take some of the top, the mid to top Western Conference teams to the point with the other Jalen,
Aaron Wiggins and all those guys.
Aaron Wiggins, Joe and all those guys. So at the end of the day, I think OKC is still the team to beat when they come back and Shea take all the time you need. You feel me? Like, you guys, if you want the number one spot, okay, he's there. If not, whatever. You guys have proved yourself in the past. Of course, that Jalen Williams injury is going to be J-Dub is going to be very, very integral to their finals run. But if he's able to get it done, be at least 75% of himself, Shea comes back healthy, they're too deep. I don't think no one is gonna beat them. And I damn sure don't think the Knicks are gonna beat the Nuggets. The Nuggets would dog walk the Knicks if they meet them in the finals. I'm sorry. I
guess we'll have to wait.
I love
Knicks have had their number. Knicks have had their number for 3 years in a row. And Jokic knows it. He was in the locker room. Yeah, I love their pace. Jalen Brunson is really good.
It's not a 4-game series. It's every once in a while. Boom,
they play them twice a year, and that's what he's basing.
Come on now. 4 games.
Well, what are you basing it off of?
I'm basing it off the best player in the NBA in the past 5 years.
And if they don't have Aaron Gordon, it means nothing.
It don't matter.
He needs Aaron Gordon.
Come on. You're not that high. You're not that high on your guys against the Nuggets, against
As
Jokic and Jamal Murray.
100%.
You just said you was worried about them with the Pistons.
I'll take them. I never was worried about the Pistons.
You literally just said
I never was worried about the whole season. I've been like whatever about the Pistons. You were shocked that I was worried about the Pistons.
You said, well, we added some pieces, so now I'm not too much worried about the Pistons.
No. I didn't say worried. I said that we can go head to head with them with the toughness.
Okay.
That's all the reason why we added the dog. So we knew
right because of the Pistons. The Pistons ain't done shit. We talking about the Nuggets that's done with
it's a matchup. It's all about the matchups. It's all about the matchups. And they don't match up well against the Knicks.
And who guarding Jokic?
It's known.
You got to have somebody else. Look,
Cat always
Brunson-
plays well against Jokic.
It
That's the
sounds
reason
like-
why this is all factual.
Brunson and OG
Every time they match
scored
up,
60
Cat plays
each.
well. He always plays well against Jokic.
But in the 4-game series, in a no,
7-game series.
I'm taking them. I'm taking them.
They're getting them out.
Yeah, true that.
I'm taking them. I'm
Maybe
taking the
Jalen
Knicks.
sweep.
And that's straight up off of Jalen Brunson.
But at the end of the day, I think OKC is still the top. Houston, they're having problems. I even heard someone, they said that KD wouldn't have came there if they knew Fred was going to be injured. They're still
That's
trying to
what's
figure
sad.
it out.
That's
People
the
are
buzzkill
going,
of the season.
yeah, people are going under the screen on,
It really is.
Amen
Oh, man,
Thompson. They're
Dude,
not.
that's I feel bad for Thompson.
Yeah, and
I feel bad for him.
and with all the other teams in the West, Lakers, we already talked about the Timberwolves. So yeah, I think it's still the team to beat.
Is OKC still your pick to win it all?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No,
Okay.
1 through 10, it's not even close in terms of their roster and their ability
Mm-hmm.
to squeeze you like a boa with team defense when it's on. 24-1 is not an accident, my friends. It's
Right.
like it is what it is, and there's still plenty of time to get healthy. And I understand the precedent in history of the NBA, but however, let's just put this in perspective. 2 years ago, it was so obvious when the Celtics were heading into the playoffs. It was like, this team is going to win 16 games, and it's going to be like 16-2, 16-3. You're winning the championship. Last year, felt a little stronger about Oklahoma City than I did about their 7-game series with Indiana, right? And they didn't quite come to the table and was like, this is absolutely it. You're going to win. But it was clear they were going to be in the finals. This year, I just want to say, I haven't been this excited about the playoffs in 20 years.
Nice.
The top 12 teams, 7 in the West and the top 5 in the East are
Good teams.
I cannot wait to see. And then throw in, Kawhi Leonard wants to be heard from. The Clippers want to be heard from. Steph Curry wants to come back and be heard from and make noise. Portland wants to ruin someone's day. I'm not saying it's happening.
No, I know. You know me with the Warriors,
No,
man.
you and I have been on the same tip from the
On the
beginning. I've been down on them. I was never
yeah.
whatever. Obviously, Butler's gone. It's not happening.
Right.
But they want to be a thorn in somebody's side. Charlotte wants to be a thorn in somebody's side.
Agreed.
The Orlando Magic,
Phoenix too.
yeah, but they're in the I'm already kidding.
They're in
them
your
the
7
top
in the
12.
West.
Yeah,
Gotcha,
they're in
gotcha.
the 7 in the West.
I agree with that.
So it's then all of a sudden it's the Magic have just sucked the last 6 weeks, but
Yeah.
they shouldn't.
They're
They
dangerous.
right? Philadelphia could be a thorn in someone's side,
Them
sitting on
too.
the
Oh,
outside.
we ain't talking about you.
Them too.
Toronto wants to be heard from. Scott,
Yeah.
Scotty Barnes is he was there. He's a guy. I'm I could not be more excited for what's coming. This is gonna be epic.
This better not be the end of your take, because I'm judging your whole Knick fandom right here. You're not even a delusional Knick fan. You said one thing about the Knicks.
No, I don't have to. You guys
you
said it all.
would hand the trophy to OKC. You didn't say who they're playing
No.
in the finals.
Okay.
All right, so just thoughts. I just want your opinion. So where do you think the Knicks get to the
absolutely
finals?
want to hear for the real coming out of the East?
Yeah.
The New York Knickerbockers. I am
Okay.
absolutely with you on that side. I didn't need to be said. I'm such a
Oh, it has
believer-
to be. You
No, but
gave
no,
it
but I
to
know
me.
what I'm
So
saying. You
excited about
said-
the 5 teams in the East.
Wait a second. No.
Who's coming out?
The Knickerbockers are coming out.
Okay.
I am thrilled with the 2 moves that were made. I am so over the moon as to what's been happening since the player. And I'm you've heard me on the show.
yep.
I just didn't think I needed to from the East, but I'm still picking OKC.
I just have one more question.
Yeah.
So in a 7-game series, why do you have OKC over the Knicks? And I understand why, because I can see them winning. But how do you think it's going to play out? Sweep, gentleman sweep, or
no. I mean, if I had to pick, it's 4-2. That's how I see it playing out. That's where I'm at. You know me. I'm so down on Potemkin Village, Karl Anthony Towns. It really hurts me to think that he's got to be this integral. I hope not, man. I want to see way more Alvarado and so on, and I want Mikal Bridges to live up to his 5 first-round pick billing at this point, and I want OG healthy and just you've heard me say OG's stat lines when he's dialed in. And he is defending on the perimeter,
5 steals,
as a Knick fan, my heart
rebounds.
sings. And then I just want to see Brunson going out there every night and be 42-8. I got this.
I like 42-10. I just want to be
but I'm being a little bit more.
I want him to play in the system and then be clutch when he has to be
But
clutch.
Oklahoma City's, again, boa constrictor defense, 1 through 10.
Right.
That bench is just like when these guys are dialed in.
Question: I don't mean to beat up on the Knicks, but wasn't it just
I'm here
last
for all the
week
smoke.
they lost to the Indiana Pacers? Gave up 130.
It happens. It's a
I
regular
know,
season game.
I know everyone got bad losses.
Yeah,
I know it's bad.
the
But
same thing with Timberwolves and the Clippers, right?
Yeah,
You
well,
know,
that was
and
that
then-
loss.
but
was-
we're not talking about Timberwolves and Clippers
Guys,
being.
I'm going to say this.
But
It is
they got
Mike,
up for the game.
Okay.
I've been a Mike Brown believer, but I've been a Mike Brown fan. You talk about the year, like this is the year he learns because, again, his adjustments, and this is what I want to give him credit for, they have been real. They have been real. He's adjusted throughout the season. He's adjusted throughout certain games, first half to second half. You watch how this plays out. I'm a believer this year. He understands that and gets it done in the playoffs. And you know I'm not afraid of Detroit. Not
See, he's on the same
Yeah,
page.
but great teams not losing to Indiana.
Who?
Great teams aren't losing
That's
to
fair. That's fair.
to
It happens
a
in
diminished
every
Indiana.
great team
No,
loses to a team that's supposed to lose to. That's
remember
too much of a broad
the
statement.
The year the Bulls went 72-10.
Yeah.
The Toronto Raptors beat them.
I mean, yeah, but
So it happens.
different day and age.
True.
And it happened. It happened. It
But-
happened to Golden State Warriors. They lost to the then
It
Charlotte,
happens. It's the NBA.
whatever Charlotte was,
But
Bobcat
Doc,
or Hornet.
I want to
They
be
were-
clear.
that's what they
I
lost
want to
to.
be clear, regardless of what we're talking about the
Best
Knicks, and
teams.
yeah, we can bring it back to that. Like it's important to have been said. There are 12 teams, and this is somewhat wide open.
Mhm.
And then there are like 5 teams sitting there, like I want in on the action too, like for real, for real.
So who has
And
to
we
be the
haven't
second
seen
best?
that in a long
Who has
time.
to be the second best player on the Knicks team for them to be successful and win and go to the finals and win the finals?
Bridges.
Cat.
Bridge. See now, look now. Come
Cat.
on.
No,
Some may say
but-
OG. You say Cat.
No,
some
no,
may
no,
say-
no.
Cat is paid. He's
Oh, no,
AM,
it's-
AM likes to be different. That's why he said Bridges.
No, it's not
But
Bridges.
it's gotta be
it's
Cat.
the usage rate. It's his ability to. It's like literally looking at his WAR. I mean, there's a major difference, and you can go back and look at our Knicks and see like when Bridges is dialed in and matters the most, when he's integral part of it. Like he's actually has to be the second best player
as
all
an X
around.
factor, but you're saying second best player.
No, second best
No,
player
Are-
both
are-
2 ways on the floor.
Our two all stars
Bridges
need
has
to
to
be
be
play like all stars.
bingo.
But
Well,
Cat's
so-
gonna do what
Cat
he's gonna
can't
do.
shrink.
If you're the
He
best
can't shrink.
Cat's
Shooting
gonna do
big
what he's
man
gonna
in
do
the
offensively.
NBA,
It's
you
just
need to
gonna-
be the
it's
best
gonna be-
shooting big man when it
He's
counts.
gonna do what he's
Thank
gonna
you.
do.
That's what I'm
My-
saying.
my
You gotta-
issue-
I'm not
And no
expecting him
foul
to
trouble.
step.
no foul trouble.
He's always
stupid
getting into
fouls.
foul
But
trouble.
That's why I want
Village-
Sadiq Bey next
no,
year.
but
'cause I
Temkin
don't
Village
trust
is not stepping up when it matters. It's not happening. Offensively, he's going to give you what you need to do. He's going to have the rebounds, whatever. But like he does not need to be the second best player. I want him to be the 4th best player on the team for the Knicks to win. That's true. I literally want Brunson, Bridges, OG, and Poe doing what he needs to do. That's how we win with the bench. And I want Mike Brown making the adjustments game in and game out as this goes through. That's very different.
Beat out to answer
Yeah.
your question as a Knicks fan, I think honestly speaking, it needs to be Brunson, and then the stars have to be stars in their role,
Okay.
and the role players have to be stars in their role, 100%. Meaning that number one, the system that Mike Brown has with the movement, the motion, that's like the old school Golden State Warriors, San Antonio Spurs, and that's why Brunson has to play within the system, and then we got a go-to guy at the end of the game in Brunson.
Mhm.
So we need that clutch gene in there. But defensively, our goal has to be, and they've been taking pride in this, holding teams to under 100 points.
Yeah.
We do that with our offense. That's exactly what Golden State did. They had the best offense, and they were like third
Okay,
or
but
best.
who are the 2 guys who are going
defense.
to do that? Bridges and OG. So that's
No,
why
I
I'm
know, but
saying
it's
like,
actually
I'm not trying to be
collectively.
different. Bridges is
Bridges,
it's that
it's really
instrumental.
it's really OG for me. If you could force you to pick a second best, it has been OG all year, and it has to be someone like OG because OG locks up. Bridges is great, and he has his moments, but OG has been our number one
But
defender
Phil,
all
when
year,
it comes playoff
as well
time,
as shooter, as well as
Bridges needs
steals.
to be way better.
Of course,
That's-
of course,
He
we're all
needs
saying
to
that.
be our second
Yeah.
best player. That's
I mean,
how I
he
read it.
could be 3rd or 4th best player, and we're good with that.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm I'm concerned if he is that they're gonna go deep. in
He's
the
okay at being 4th best player. I mean, it could be it could be Brunson, it could be Cat or OG, and then it just has to be like collective after that.
I'm on Charlotte's bandwagon. I want to see them do well. I think they have the momentum going towards the playoffs right now. I think they're gonna win their playing matchup. They're gonna play Detroit in that first round. They're not gonna beat Detroit, but I look forward to that matchup. And just back to the Knicks for a second, Karl Anthony Towns has to be their second best player. for the Knicks to win. Of course, it's a team sport, but ultimately, if you want to get to the mountaintop, Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns have to be your two best players. Yeah, we could talk about Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, all we want, but your two stars have to be your best players in order to win. The issue I have with both Brunson and Towns, they get picked on defensively. That's going to happen in the playoffs. Towns gets in foul trouble all the time. At the end of the day, Jalen Brunson is 6 feet at best. They're going to get picked on. Let's see if that defense, how they're playing right now, if it translates to a 7-game series when coaches and scouts make their money to pick apart weaknesses on the other team. That's all I got to say.
And Rick, to answer your question, or to comment about your statement, I don't think the Spurs win it because of De'Aaron Fox. When it comes down to that clutch, he's going to be the one to take. He's going to want to take the shot,
Which is a problem.
which is a problem. We want Wemby to take it.
That's a
And I
problem.
love De'Aaron Fox as a player, but he's never been in that situation. I know the whole team is young in general.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think he's going to want to, because he was clutch player of the year, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
But,
Like,
but whose decision is
When
that
they were
to
lighting the
make?
beam.
he has the ball in his hand.
No, I know. But if the coach says something, whose decision is
And
it?
honestly,
So I actually agree with
don't
you.
matter.
I'm just like, is Wemby gonna be like
Wemby
talking to the coach,
Wemby
be
gotta
like,
say,
hey, from
"I
now
want the
on,
ball."
exactly.
And De'Aaron got to
I
understand
think
that
he needs to make that next jump.
Fox hit a nice shot in the
If-
All-Star
No,
game.
he did.
If that, I'm not saying it won't happen. I like the theory. If that happens, he is so
He's outta
traded
here.
this summer.
Yeah, he's
He
out of
got to
here.
be AMC.
And
He
AM's
has to
already
go
been banging the
regardless.
drum. They got to
He
get
has
him
to
out
go
of there.
regardless. So
And
it's
I see
something-
the logic because you're going to have to pay Castle. You're going to have to pay Harper.
Eventually.
You're gonna have to pay
He's a
Wemby.
rookie right now.
All these guys are on rookie scale right now.
Yeah, they got 2 years.
Castle's probably a $40 million a year player. I mean, he's going to want max, and I love Stephon Castle. He's going to be a big ticket item. You know what I'm saying? And Dylan Harper. I mean, I see all stars for Dylan Harper. I freaking love Dylan Harper. So they're going to have to pay these
The
guys.
Spurs are going to win a championship in that window. They're going to win one.
What pick do they have this upcoming year?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Don't know.
Let's do one more debate here, guys. Then we'll do our roundtable rant, and we'll get out of here. It is Rick Kamla. It is Dr. X. It is AM Pfeffer, Brandon Armstrong, and Dwight Walton. We are Beyond the Surface on the X-Rated Sports Network. Who's your MVP right now at the break?
Jokic.
How?
He's at the moment still in the mix. He has How?
He can miss one more game.
One more game.
Yeah, that's why he's not on my list. And I'm salty with Jokic and Luka right now.
I get it, but like until he does,
I understand.
I'm salty. He's the MVP of my fantasy team. He's the MVP of the league. Look what he's done since coming back. He's stabilized Denver. I mean, like, I just, please don't forget. Please, first of all, he worked hard to come back in his window and said what he was going to do in that month that he was off. That hyperextended knee, that was a severe injury. We all saw the video. Like, please do not forget what he was doing prior or what he had done prior to going down. Oh my God, the numbers are like off the chart in every single category. Jokic is the MVP at the moment. And until I have to have a different answer because he is disqualified, he's the MVP.
Okay, Doc, who you got?
Yeah, I gotta go. F it, I'm going with Cade. I'm going with Cade Cunningham just because
I like it.
I gotta go with the numbers in terms of if Jokic is going to be able to stay healthy for these last, 40 or however many games left.
Yeah.
He has one more game.
One more.
And
he does not care.
And he
doesn't care.
He wants to win. I love Jokic in terms of, people talk about his laziness or he doesn't care about basketball, the way he looks, he doesn't feel like he's having fun. Man, the way if you're not having fun and you dominate like that, then I don't understand what the love of the game of basketball is. But I'm going with Cade. His record, they're number one in the East. They're not too far from OKC. I mean, and they're winning. So I'm going with Cade.
I'm almost where you are, and I think I'm going to eventually get where you are. Who's your MVP? And I'll explain in a minute. Who's your MVP?
Right now, my most valuable player is Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics. The narrative coming into the season.
This is a great debate, you guys. We're all saying something. I got somebody different than y'all. Oh, this is perfect. I'm sorry, Dwight. Go on.
That's all right. The narrative coming into the season was that this was supposed to be a transition season because of Tatum being injured, because of the losses of Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, and Al Horford. Jaylen Brown has been waiting for this opportunity for his whole career. I'm sure in his mind, he's always been the best player in the Celtics. Not saying that he wanted to see Jason Tatum go down to injury, but he looked forward to this opportunity coming into the season. The Boston Celtics currently have the second best record in the Eastern Conference. It's not the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's not the New York Knicks. It's the Boston Celtics. The Detroit Pistons, Cade Cunningham, to me, is second in the voting. And this is no slight to Nikola Jokic nor Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but injuries are a concern for me. And I think if the goal is to win the championship, they are going to rest those two players. Jaylen Brown is my MVP because he's a 30-point-per-game scorer. He's proven it, and he's arguably the best two-way player that we have currently in the NBA. The Celtics, they might be the best story in the NBA this season because of the narrative coming into the season. To have the second, Joe Mazzulla's my coach of the year. MVP right now is Jaylen Brown. He deserves it. He's spoken it into existence. And again, even with Tatum on the squad, he thinks he's the best player, not only on his team, but in the NBA. So Jaylen Brown's my MVP.
Your cousin's driving that Boston bus down the road, man.
I disagree with your take. I'm with AM because what's the question first off?
Who's your MVP?
To date, it has to be Nikola Jokic. Mm-hmm. I mean, the stats say it. This team is not that bad with the record-wise, but that one game is tough. I mean, anything could happen. Anything. I mean, we could come up with so many things. I know if it's a calf strain, he's going to play through that. All he has to do is sub in like for 5 minutes or 2 minutes or even 1 minute or even 30 seconds, and he's technically played the game. Mm-hmm. And then he'll get it. He'll get his trophy that way. But if anything else catastrophic happens and you take Nikola Jokic out of it, then now I'm looking at SGA. Now I need to know how many games Cade missed a lot of games. Not as much as not as much as Nikola Jokic, but SGA can't miss too many games either. Mm-hmm. He's missed. Right. He's about to miss a lot.
Right.
And then Cade is right there, but I don't have Jalen Brunson winning it. I say if you take Nikola Jokic out of it, then now I agree with you. No, I don't have Brunson winning.
You said okay.
But if you take Nikola Jokic out of it because of that one game he misses,
sure,
then now I'll go with Jaylen Brown. But to date, I got Nikola Jokic.
So Jaylen Brown is your downshift off of Jokic?
Yes, only because of what he's doing, with the team that he has, mm-hmm. what he's doing. Cade is right there, but I have Cade and SGA technically equal. And I know even though Detroit is overachieving right now, I still think OKC has a
overachieving.
OKC's record is technically better. Am I right?
By one game.
By one game. So and then also OKC, he didn't have his running mate the whole year and to begin with, and they were going against very hard matchups. Having been the champion, the target's on your back, and SGA was coming through during that time. So
I like it. SGA is my MVP right now.
Yeah.
And I've knocked Jokic off.
Knocked him out,
I'm just anticipating mm-hmm. He always said, hey, do you want to win MVP? I don't care about MVP. I legit think he does not care about MVP.
I think he does, but that's
so he's not going to like hustle to go get it. But guys, it's SGA and Cade for me. And it's like a coin flip, dude. I was having Chick-fil-A this morning. Shout out to Chick-fil-A, by the way.
Hey, got my order wrong, Rick. Man, mind sitting over there, man. We continue.
I was having some Chick-fil-A this morning.
I heard that. We need a sponsorship for that.
And so I was kind of working on this, and I'm like, I had Cade. And then I went back and looked at the numbers one more time. You guys, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is shooting 55. Shout out Chick-fil-A.
I didn't even order this. I ordered 2 chicken biscuits. They gave me a grilled chicken sandwich on an egg McMuffin bread or whatever that other bread is, the bun bread.
The muffin bread.
The muffin bread. And they gave me a chicken sandwich with cheese and eggs on. I'm lactose intolerant. I gotta shoot this show. I just came from the bathroom. If I would have ate that, man, I wouldn't have made it to the show. This is the best thing they did give me. Some chicken nuggets, man.
McDonald's, can you do better? Can you do better, McDonald's? On, sorry, Rick, but yeah.
No, dude, it's all good. You got those little. My boys used to love those joints right there.
This record was brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
Love this guy, man. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is shooting 55% from the field.
In clutch moments too.
I mean, it drops me off my chair.
Well, that's why I'm
A guard.
I can't believe we're talking about Cade, and I'm with you, but like this coin flip, like to me, it was easy that it was Shai or Jokic.
I mean, Jokic has been number 2 on my MVP top 5 all year until he got hurt, and now he's up against it. But I've got and dude, so like if Shai doesn't play the 65 games, Cade's my guy. So I got Cade, then SGA, then Cade, then Wemby. Wemby has like a half asterisk because he can miss like 3 or 4 more games. I don't think Wemby is going to play 65 plus games. I don't. I think they'll find God forbid something else happens. But to me, that's a long shot. They got 25 games left, and he's going to play 22 of the 25 or whatever. Seems kind of far-fetched for me.
Yeah.
But I got him 3 right now. Jaylen Brown, I got 4, and then Brunson, I got 5. And I know Laker fans out there are like, "Where's Luka?"
No.
Luka's in my doghouse right now, dog. I can't put him up there right now.
You had one extra guy. There was one extra guy there. Oh, I'm sorry, you took Jokic out.
Yeah,
My
took
apologies.
Jokic out.
He's just okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Took Jokic out. So I got SGA, Cade, Wemby, Brown, and Brunson. Pardon me. I'm very, very excited about you guys and your love for Jaylen Brown. I don't watch other panel shows. I like to keep my stuff organic and uninfluenced and all that. And that's been like a career-long theory of mine. And I don't get smarter watching Colin Cowherd.
That's a whole other conversation.
I don't get smarter. I get dumber. I get dumber listening to you. And so do all of you.
I'm in on that one.
So do all of you. Why? What do you see in this guy? But you guys,
there goes our Fox sponsorship.
We got to get Colin.
You guys,
Right.
I want you to I want something to sink in for you guys, with you guys. Jaylen Brown is a core MVP candidate. Said none of us ever before right now. I just think that's really cool because Ant-Man's flirted with it. Luka flirts with it, and like Cade, bam, here he is. Right, kind of out of nowhere. He wasn't on the MVP radar last year. He might have been like 8, 9, or 10 if I did a top 10, right? But he wasn't core, right? Jaylen Brown, obviously, Tatum usually would get any sort of MVP shine, right? So I just think it's dope. And I love. And by the way, remember I was telling you guys I'm not getting a Jaylen Brown jersey. He's one of my absolute favorites. I love Jaylen Brown. But I don't want to like Boston.
I get you one of his high school jerseys.
You know what?
Your Cal jersey.
I would love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I just don't want to rep Boston. But I will say that the mainly black jersey with the green trim, that's a dope jersey.
It is.
I agree.
It is.
I agree with that.
I'm gonna change my answer slightly, and it comes with conditions. So obviously, I think Jokic is my pick. Is to say he's on the glass floor right now because of that injury. Same thing for SGA is also because of an injury. But I got to put Cade above Jaylen Brown because I just love the fact that Cade gets people involved without trying. I mean, he does it naturally.
9 times a game, man.
Yeah, and that's been for like 3 seasons straight. He's naturally doing that, and he's playing defense. He's getting. I mean, even in the All-Star game, he was playing defense. So
Cade was so good in the All-Star. You know what was
I agree.
fascinating to see about Cade in the All-Star game? Like you actually saw all these stars, obviously in the NBA together. How big he is in comparison to everybody.
Oh yeah,
right? Like
it translates. His height, his size.
It's amazing to have like.
I confirm that.
Yeah, it was awesome. He's so awesome. He is so.
Yeah, you saw him at party with Cade and Duran standing next to each other, and they were like
Cade got some size too.
Yeah,
no question about it. Yeah.
Duran's center, he's a point guard.
Yeah.
So fellas, it is rant 30.
Yeah.
On Beyond the Surface. I usually I've got the soliloquies and all this. I'm going to make this pretty quick. I got to call out Adam Silver. Adam, you got a huge win with the All-Star game. Good for you. I'm legit happy for you. I know how many meetings they've had, how many conversations they've had. They've worked their butts off, and they got it right. They threaded the needle, okay? And on something that I thought was like irreparably screwed, right? I totally gave up on the All-Star game. And I love it. The All-Star game is back. But Adam, you got to man up. It's time that you man up, okay? Adam Silver fined the Indiana Pacers $100,000 for their chicanery with Pascal Siakam and tanky business, tanky behavior, as we call it. $100,000. Adam, they're laughing at you. Adam, I love you. You were my boss for 17 years. You were loyal. You were patient. Thank you for the patience. Very supportive. Adam, I love you. You know this. But I got to call you out. You are not running your league effectively in this way. And the league is laughing at you. I promise front offices around the NBA are laughing at Adam Silver right now. Kevin Pritchard and his front office in Indiana and Chad Buchanan and all those great guys are laughing at Adam. Only fined us $100,000. They probably thought they were going to get fined $500,000, and they only lost $100,000. So this is essentially teams are paying for draft picks.
Yeah.
So you get what I'm saying? They're tanking, knowing that they're going to get a fine, and it's just like a tax, and they will pay that tax. Mark Cuban willingly paid the $750,000 tax for tanking for Derek Lively. Do they regret that? Of course they don't freaking regret that. They got the guy. Philly tanked last year. They got BJ freaking Edgecombe, who's going to be a multiple-time All-Star, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't even know if Philly got a slap on the wrist or anything like that, which is proving my point too. Philly, Daryl Morey's laughing at you right now, Adam. Dude, Adam, they're laughing at you. You have to crush the Hulk smash. I always say this about Giannis. Giannis's game to me is Hulk smash. Hulk smash. Boom. I mean, it's a power game coming downhill. Boom, boom, boom with the shoulder. That's the Giannis game, right? Yeah. He's kind of like the Shaq of now. Do you know what I'm saying? He's the most dominant player in our league, just based on all that physical stuff. Hulk smash. Adam, Hulk smash these dudes, okay? They're laughing at you. $100,000 ain't going to get it done. I'll tell you right now, like if you go $1 million, $1.5 million, they're going to laugh at you. So Adam, you got to man up, dude. And he's like, we're going to do everything to fix the tanking thing. And they're thinking of all these ideas. Adam, the bottom line is this, these weak ass fines, they're laughing at you. You have to hammer these people, take draft picks away. It's the only way you will affect change with this.
100% agree.
Give me a rant, my friend.
I love it. Are you saying we have a chance? Are you saying that we have a chance? We have a fighting chance. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted all season, was to know that we have a fighting chance to, at least if we get to the finals, that we can actually win it.
Buy your ski goggles.
Exactly.
Buy them now.
Exactly. So you had the Knicks winning. I had them getting there and winning as well if they get there. So I just like the parity in the NBA throughout, and it's even more fun to know that we have a chance, like night in, night out, that it's the Knicks are not 5 on the list and all these West Coast teams above us, but now we actually have a fighting chance. Hey, I got the floor. All right. We got the floor. All right. That's what I'm saying right now. So I'm glad that the Knicks finally have a fighting chance to win the finals and not just get to the finals. And it's also going to be fun to really just watch how this season plays out. And that's not because of the Knicks. It's also because of all the additions. I love James Harden on the Cavs. I love that Donovan Mitchell actually will have a backcourt teammate that will be healthy and that knows how to close games and not all the pressure on Donovan Mitchell, who's also from Westchester, New York, by the way. And then I also like what Detroit is doing. I like how these guys, they're almost like the OKC of the East.
Good
because
point.
all these bench players, they're like, who? Like
Dennis Jenkins.
Yeah, Dennis Jenkins.
Yeah, it's my guy.
I love Dennis Jenkins, but he kind of does look like Stephon Urkel, and he got game like Stephon Urkel. But all I'm saying is that Detroit is a force to be reckoned with. And then when you go to the West, I mean, I feel bad for KD, but that lineup on paper is kind of scary. I mean, everybody's 6'10" and up, starting, and in a playoff game, things change. They may not need that point guard because, with Ime Udoka and all that stuff with the defense. So I'm just really glad that the parity of the league is there. There's teams that we weren't thinking about that are there. And honestly speaking, it's going to be great. A great second half of the season.
Indeed. Am Pfeffer, you're next.
Earlier today, Tyreek Hill was cut from his team, the Dolphins. Now, obviously, massive injury last year, and who knows if his career is even going to continue. But GMs of the league in the NFL, take notice. Again, this is yet another example of a terrible trade that was made. 5 draft picks were given up for Tyreek Hill.
Wow.
He comes over, okay? 2 great seasons in a row. They were exciting, but gave Miami nothing. Nothing went on from there, right? Except pontooning the ability to build off your team, and you're just throwing money at him. Then you had to give him the extension. You had to guarantee him over $70 million. Meantime, what does KC get out of it? Okay, Trent McDuffie came out of one of those picks, who's an all-pro. Okay, Rashee Rice, who's obviously had his own issues, but he was a 3rd rounder, I believe, when he came in there. I think they took Sky Moore. That was, a bit of a bad pick, obviously. But here's something else that came from them, and I love talking about money. The removal of Hill from the team allowed them to sign Justin Reed, who was a tremendous safety. What did KC get out of it? Back-to-back championships without Tyreek Hill. What did Miami get of it? How cool is it that our guy won the won the league in wide receiving yards, and then hurt his ankle at the end of the season, and we missed the playoffs yet again, and we went nowhere, and whatever it is. These trades don't work. Giving up 5 draft picks doesn't work. You need to be like on the cusp of something and then give up 1 big pick because it pushes you over. The Rams understood that. Better teams, better organizations. Look, it's like this. Neck and neck, Cleveland and the Jets. Pick your poison as to which day it is. They're the worst organization in sports. Miami ain't that far behind. Their last 20 years are not great. This is yet another great example. I wish Tyreek Hill gets healthy and does something.
Got dark in here. He's wishing hell on Tyreek.
Damn. No, Tyreek, I honestly, like you are so superlative in terms of like how good you are as a player. Like, it would be nice to have another couple of years to see you in the league to do something. Who knows if you're going to be back this year? Who knows if your career is going to continue? But yet again, organizationally speaking, I'm ranting about the idea of just like, don't give up draft picks. Don't do that to your fan base. 5 picks. And the team you gave it to ended up winning 2 chips right after that. Ridiculous.
Chiefs, Bills, or Ravens? Where should he go?
Hey, Kai.
Are you talking about
13.
this year or coming back
Hit
later
13.
on? He should go back to the Chiefs if he can sign. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they could use him. They need him. I mean, and who knows if he can come back the second half of the season. Mm-hmm. But like, the chemistry was there forever. Why not?
Actually, never mind. If it doesn't come down,
yeah.
I would go. I would like the Pats.
Oh, okay.
To get some Tyreek Hill. They had an obvious lack of wide. I think Denver could use him too. I'm not crazy about Mims and Franklin, and they have Cortland Sutton, who's a stud. But Dwight, I don't want to take up your time.
Wait. Before Dwight start, too many baby mamas if he goes to the Patriots. Stephon 4 of them things. Tyreek got about 9.
Wow.
Also, with that, don't give up picks. Don't give up 5 picks. Was that a slight to Mikal Bridges in the New York Knicks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
That's why you need to be the second best player on the goddamn team.
There's always
that you better be the second best player on the team. Mm-hmm. 5 number 1 picks have been given up for you. Come on.
This is going to be the new timing thing that we put here. It went from daytime to nighttime, and also got dark in here.
It got dark in here.
We thought it was
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
As opposed to Hill.
Tyreek Hill. I'd be worried about child support. Man, Tyreek, I can only imagine. All right, Dwight, take it away.
We had this very spirited debate before we came on air. If there's one thing, if you want to trigger Dwight Walton in terms of basketball, don't ever question somebody's ability to rebound the basketball. Please don't. As an undersized power forward, 6'5 3/4 when I was a healthy young man, going up against guys that were 6'9, 6'10, 6'11, 7-footers my entire career. I took pride in how difficult it was for the job that I excelled at. I was in the weight room, the extra running. I was told by my coach, Ken Shields, one of my coaches on the national team, that because of my size and the style of play that I play, I have to be in better shape than the rest of the competition because of what I excel at. when I hear people trivialize the triple-double, when I hear people trivialize what Russell Westbrook, who we spoke about earlier on this program, talk about how players used to clear out so he can get a rebound to retrieve triple-doubles. Please do not insult my intelligence with that type of education, if you will, because it's completely wrong. Unless you know how to rebound the basketball, don't engage in this conversation. Rebounding is paramount if you want to win a championship, especially on the offensive glass. Yes, you want to try and finish every defensive possession with a rebound. That's a part of defense. But to trivialize it and say this guy got a triple-double or Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double 4 out of 5 seasons because he had his teammates clearing out so he can get rebounds. I appreciate what his former teammates, Steven Adams and Enes Kanter, said. They squashed that narrative. People who bring that up to me, you're going to get a debate. It's going to be an angry debate. I stand on it. I was an elite rebounder for my size. That's why I'm in several Hall of Fames right now, because of my ability to rebound the basketball. I took pride in it. I wanted every rebound. Russell Westbrook wanted every rebound. Don't tell me that my teammates cleared out the lane so I can get a rebound. That didn't happen. Rebounding is an essential part of basketball. It takes effort. It takes heart. It takes courage. It takes motivation. It takes everything in your fiber to be a great rebounder. Russell Westbrook, I applaud everything you've done over your career. I may not have approved of your style of play in terms of being conducive to winning a championship, but you never cheated the game. Your effort was there on a night in, night out basis. You are the best rebounding guard in NBA history for a reason. Not because your teammates cleared out the way for you to get a rebound. It's because you went after it. The same way I went after it. The same way Dennis Rodman went after it. The same way all undersized power forwards or players in basketball go after it. It's an effort thing, not a help out thing. It's an effort thing. Keep doing your thing, Russ. You've been doing it for your whole career. You're still doing it now. I still see you doing it 3 years from now. I applaud your effort. I applaud your Hall of Fame career. Keep doing what you're doing for all of us undersized players in basketball.
Hey, Doc, I thought he was going to beat up that Cam right there, man. I thought there was going to be some pieces on the floor. Doc, you know how we do. You bring us home, man.
It's probably only about 5 players in the NBA on the tail end of their career that deserve a farewell tour.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry, and Christopher Paul. NBA, we got to get this correct. All right? Chris Paul needs to sign with some team. I don't know if it's going to be the Clippers again, but he's deserving of a farewell tour. This is one of the top 6 point guards to ever play our game. He affects winning like no other. Him, LeBron James, are the only 2 people of my era that I've seen affect winning on the highest scale ever. No matter what team they've played on, that team has become a winning team. And when they left, those younger players have become great players. So my rant is short and simple. Let's put some respect on Chris Paul's name. I know many people may not like him. They may not like his antics. They may not like, they may say he's a dirty player and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, he's a very integral part of these past 20 years of the NBA. And Chris Paul, I want to give you your flowers. I respect you. I love you as a player, as a small guard. You the one that taught me to sidestep. At this same dinner, he says the reason why he doesn't step back is because he's further away from the rim. But if I do this sidestep, I'm now created space for my defender, and I'm the same distance as I was from this point to this point. So all in all, shout out to Chris Paul. He's deserving of a farewell tour, and NBA, we need to make this happen sooner than later.
Well said.
Well said.
Well, you guys rock. I want to send, for all of us, a bunch of love out to our tremendous audience. We love you guys and girls out there. We see you, okay, and we want you to like and subscribe our stuff on our YouTube channel. We really appreciate you guys. We are Beyond the Surface on the X-Rated Sports Network. This week has been incredible. Okay, Dwight and I are flying home tomorrow, and B-Dot's going to be heading back down to the Phoenix area. And you know, I'm not sure where the world traveler's going, but you know, AM lives out here.
Egypt
But
3 o'clock.
exactly.
That's how I feel. 100%.
I mean, this guy,
Go ahead,
he'll be in Egypt next week, and all kinds of stuff. But I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Jason, Kai, Sean, I love you. Like, we are,
Well done, guys.
we're a badass family, okay? And like, our shows are cooking.
Yep.
The chemistry's building, and I know you all see it out there. And I'm just having the time of my life right now. Love it out here in LA. It's been great. Doc, you've been taking tremendous care of us. And so I'm just filled with love, man. It's just been a great week. I think we've accomplished a lot. I think we've grown a lot. And that's it, man. So let's kick ass. When we all get back home, we'll be on next Thursday. You got some final thoughts?
Yeah, it's what, y'all remember Tony from back in the day talking about never raised in Southern California? They lied. It's flooding out here right now. It's crazy. It's nice to see some rain out here, but we're getting some terrestrial downpours as we speak right now.
Yeah.
So everybody be safe, man. If you're in LA, you might as well stay home right now. It's really brutal outside.
Yeah.
But we love y'all, man, and we will see you very, very soon. We will be back on Thursday. We're gonna have Law Murray and Vinny Del Negro on the show. Yeah. So Law's gonna, he's the mayor of LA this weekend, right? And so we'll get Law back on and do some storytelling with him. We'll have Vinny Del Negro on as well, exec, player, and coach, and a great dude, man. So we will see you Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern time on Beyond the Surface on the X-Rated Sports Network.
sir.
Peace, y'all.